This episode, we have the factor of all factors. We have Brandon Kado. He is a tent connoisseur. He is a top-notch tent gatherer. If you go camping, you want to bring him along because he's bringing a tent. Tent, short for content. He shot videos for Animal Style back in the day. He was like filming FD for his brother at like 16 and like lying about how old he was. He's probably one of the funnier dudes I've ever met in my life, and man, I just enjoyed doing these with my friends, you know. So stick around because it's not really very important information, and if you were here to learn important facts, you wouldn't be here. Let's get Goodest. Ha ha!
Wait.
Dang. Nice
Here.
ladder shelf, dude.
Oh, thanks, dude. I think it's Ikea. You already know. Put this over here. Dang. Oh, you got your dog pen set up? Is he in there?
He's in the other room because he's real loud.
Oh, makes sense. Yeah. Dude, your spot looks legit. Holy shit.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We just moved.
It doesn't look like it. You look set up.
Yeah, we work quick, you know.
Not a lot of other stuff going on right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like OCD about having my like stuff right. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, especially as I get older now, I'm like real serious about it. I'm like
adulting.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's what's up.
How old are you now?
26.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang,
How old are you? You're like 29, right? 28.
No, I just turned 31, man.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's sick. I hear 30s is like when life gets good. Like that's when you're like, you know who you are.
I mean, I feel like you have a lot of friends who are older than you, so I'll trust you on that.
I don't know. I don't know. How was Super D New Year's Eve? Did you drifted right there?
Yeah, I did.
That?
Yeah, it was sweet.
How was it? Hell yeah. No major crashes or anything?
No, I don't think there was many major crashes at all. Like at the event. That's usually pretty good on a 2-day event.
Mm-hmm.
There's like some tandem touching, but other than that,
nice. That's hot. Wait,
I think you were like, how old was I? I was like 23 or something when I like met you and your brother. So you must have been what, like 19?
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Mathing. It was 2010 or 2009.
2000.
It was one of those two.
10.
Yeah, so I was 16. Yeah.
Mature 16.
Are we already doing the podcast?
I mean, we can be if you want.
Oh, I don't know. I thought we were shooting shit. I don't know. Yeah, I was 16.
Usually I just like roll into it. No one knows we even started.
Okay. That's why I was like, wait a second. No, it doesn't change anything.
You're quick. He's a quick one.
It's like been 5 minutes on it. But
nothing gets past you.
Yeah. I was 16 because I was shooting FD for 3 years before I was 19. Like I was lying about my age to get a media credential because you have to be 18. so for 2 years I lied about my age to get a credential. And that wasn't even the beginning. So
I mean, yeah, no wonder you have so many like cool older friends. You're like, nah, dude, I'm 40.
Like even now, like everyone is like, obviously everyone's more mature now and grown up, but like everyone who was 20 acted 16 still back then anyways. For the past like 10 years, I would say even now, like when I just hang out with you guys or Will, or like when we were in Japan, it was like we had the maturity to function and survive and make everything happen, but the headspace to still just be making like dick jokes the whole time.
Dude, you guys, I literally had udon before we did this, just to like get back in the
I'm so jealous.
like the mindset of when we got udon.
Dude,
And,
that spot was so bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll never forget that because it was right on the bridge too. Oh
Yep.
man. Peak.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should just, no point in going on living now. We already achieved enlightenment.
Yeah. Have you been back with Julian any of those times? Any of his trips that he's been back over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go when he went to BM Cup. I went for Spirit Purple D, which was like a Mayhem event.
Yeah, that was not 2019, but 2018, right?
2019.
2019? Okay.
Yeah.
I get them all mixed up because it feels like since that trip he's been so many times, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I need to go back too.
You should come with us, man. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm super down.
I will share an Airbnb with you anytime.
Hell yeah. Especially once their country opens back up to us.
Yeah. They're like, you guys can stay out. Just stay out of here.
They'll catch me in my gaijin ways, even though I have a Japanese name and face.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that they like in Japan, Japanese people would hear your like last name and then they'd look at you all like disappointed because you didn't speak Japanese.
Yeah, that was like all you guys, like you and Will and like Julian, Ilya, like if you said like, oh, konnichiwa, they'd be like, oh, they speak Japanese. And then me, they'd be like, actually speak Japanese too, and I couldn't really reply, and they're like disappointed, like, you're not a doctor, get out of here. I was like, oh dude, it made me feel bummed, but it like also made me appreciate like being Japanese American specifically. Like in a way it made me connect more to like some of the dudes down here, like Scott Connemara, who's like been in like tuning scene since the beginning, because that's more of like the roots. Like Japan, I can't be like, yeah, this is my people, because I literally have only been there once. But like when we're down here and like, oh, we're talking about like Obon festivals and everything and teriyaki festivals, I'm like, yeah, like that's exactly the life I live too. Like I can relate to that more, kind of thing. And then also like fat exhausts and like dumping cars, I'm like, yeah. And it all looked like trash, but like, yeah.
I think yeah, like I feel like growing up in your house there's some talent. You guys all are like good at stuff.
Well, mostly Ryan. Everything, like it feels like our family dynamic kind of revolved around his interests and talents. Like one, because he was the oldest, but two, like he was the best at anything we did. So like Pokemon cards, he was the best. Yu-Gi-Oh, he was the best. And then RC cars, he was the best. Dirt biking, motocross, like we all enjoyed it, but he was the best. So like,
I mean, he was also older than you too. Like
yeah, that's fair. But he has that kind of mentality and that like natural like instinct to just pick things up really quick and be good at it. And he's more coordinated physically, like in a way that translates better in any type of like sports or action or racing or anything. Like he's just tuned into that more than anyone else in our family probably. And so like
I'd probably say a lot of other people's families too, including mine.
Yeah. I'm just like, I want to be like, I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh, even though it doesn't relate that much, is the best example of like he built his deck and he was super good, and it's like I spent all my time trying to figure out how to make a better deck or beat him like just once. Like he could win 100 times. If I won one time, that was a personal victory. Yeah. And then it like, yeah, that just translated into everything until it got to a point where it's like, oh, I'm just like not even gonna compete. Like I just need to go find my own thing and then hope that he never gets into it, because if he does, he's gonna shit on me and then I'll be like over it. And yeah, that almost happened a couple times with like photography. I was like, oh, that guy just took some sick shots. Like right when Instagram first came out, him and Jeff had like fire Instagrams like all the time. Like I don't know if they're still there, but like if you go way back, like I remember at FD Atlanta, they're like doing like the fake thing where like we levitate when that started, when Connor Surdy started that. Like Jeff is like using the force on Ryan and he was like, oh, in the air, and was like, oh, that's like epic. Like how they think of that.
Picture.
Like
I remember seeing that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, they're way more original than me. Like, god damn. But I mean,
I think you're pretty dang good.
Oh, I appreciate it. I think you're good too. This podcast, I feel like, is becoming a cornerstone of grassroots drift culture in a way, because
don't you put that pressure on me, Brandon.
No pressure. Just keep doing you. But like, there's stuff like Maximum Driftcast, which is kind of a bridge between a little bit. Like that feels like more like the grid life or like the festival scene, or like still in there. There's still some like industry connected to that. And then there's just the YouTube stuff, which is just fucking like put that in a box and just put that away. But there's nothing that's like you're not on here promoting like Mishimoto radiators and like what, or maybe you are.
I could be for the right price, you know.
But you know, so like that.
I'm gonna try my best to like keep it real, you know.
Yeah, because the moment that money gets involved, then it's probably gonna not be as sick. I mean, it's you, so it'll still be sick, but like for me, it's like I haven't done like shot drifting for work for like years, and like I'll go and shoot drifting for fun, and that stuff is always my favorite stuff. But the moment I have to like make a video for someone or shoot it specifically for someone, that's always like,
it's work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
don't let this become work. Yeah,
I'm trying. I mean, I've only done yeah, I mean, I haven't even done 20 of them yet, you know. So
really,
it's only been like 8 months since I started it.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna see what happens, man. I'm just gonna keep talking to my friends, and you know,
that's what's up.
Probably sell some merch or something, you know. If you want to buy a t-shirt, cool. If not, you know, keep listening for free, whatever, that kind of thing, you know.
I'd buy some like branded wiring. Like, here, I'll send you my Honda at ECU. You can like put some really cool like heat shrink on it, like glitter heat shrink with like your name on it. That'd be sick.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know how you get that manufactured, but
I don't know if anyone would want to buy Goodest wiring. I feel like they probably want like
that's such a sick name. My wiring sucks. Yeah, you should get the Goodest wiring.
What?
What's
he even saying?
I want a stake in that company when and if you make that 10% for.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Or you can. I have some like seatbelt wiring that's fucked up on my S3000. Fix that, and then you can have all the rights.
Okay, I'm into it. That's fair.
Okay, cool. Hell yeah.
So you've been doing a little like time attack stuff, huh?
Yeah, it feels, because of COVID, I didn't do any events last year. But before that, which now feels like a lifetime ago, I was doing Global Time Attack, not very competitively, which is weird because it's the most competitive series and I was not taking it serious at all. But now that stuff's fun. Honestly, like it because I don't have to worry about my car breaking as much or at all. And yeah, the community there, at least at the time, like Eve 2018, 2019, didn't feel super YouTube-y yet, which now kind of does, but not as much as drifting still. And like for me, which is odd that I do media, but I'm like, don't really enjoy that side of the culture. Like it kind of is a buzzkill to me. Like the vlogger drivers, like there's like an ego attached to it, but there's also like, aside from the ego, just this kind of like bubble that when you're vlogging yourself and you're doing your videos, like it makes you feel less approachable, even when you're not like, and I'm not saying like at a celebrity-ish level, like her or Julian, but like literally two dudes with clapped out E36s can't be best buddies if one of them is like vlogging the whole time, like just doing his own thing, and the other dude is like also doing that, you know? Like,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like,
so you don't like, it's not necessarily the people who are like the people who have been vloggers, but it's like kind of this like everybody coming up trying to be vloggers now because it's like
Yeah,
so lucrative, I guess.
exactly. And like the weird thing is for me is it never felt like there was ever money in drift media in a way that's like,
Yeah, me too.
like one, you're gonna, okay, so those dudes, and I'm not talking shit, but I'm just trying to break it down for myself and for your listeners out there. Like you pay your $100 or $200 or more entry fee for the day. You get your tires. The cheapest way is probably like 40 or $50 for like used tires from a place, right? And you're paying for gas and driving out there, maybe a 30 or $40 for food. Like you're spending $300 or $400 minimum for a weekend of drifting. And then you're going to try to justify that by like, or you could like spend that money and enjoy it, make the most out of it, like contribute to the community, and not like, oh, like here, let me help you, but literally just like talk to people, have a good time.
Yeah, live in the moment.
Exactly, live in the moment. Carpe diem, carpe driftum.
Dude, at drift events, it's like the only time where I like don't look at my phone and the entire day. I'm addicted to this fucking piece of shit right here, dude. Like I can't go like 8 seconds without looking at it when I'm at my house. But like at a drift event, like I don't want to like I didn't even have a GoPro for like 7 years because I was like I don't want to look at screens at all.
Yes, I'm with you 100%.
Yeah,
when you're driving, especially or mostly.
Yeah, but definitely not
because there's like different.
Definitely not looking at boobies while I'm drifting.
Okay. You can't speak for everyone on that. I know some people that are all about that life. It's really weird. It's really funny. Anyways, but no, yeah, you're spending all that money. So like some people are like, let's make the most of it and live in the present, do the drifties, make some friends, get shreddy. Other people like, oh, I have to make that money back somehow to make this sustainable. How am I going to do that? Vlog the whole time. That's like, why even go in the first place? Because you're just vlogging it instead of living it. And you're still spending that money. And I highly doubt that these guys are making $400 back per video. Like maybe the higher up you get, but like I'm not talking Adam LZ because
we all know that dude's breaded out of control.
Exactly. But like
a millionaire, no question.
Yeah, like without a doubt. But so, and then for the vlogging people that are like just starting out or mid-tier, like they're spending all that money for their car weekend to drive. Like then you're also spending money on the camera gear, the editing gear, all that stuff. Like there's no business return to that for me, or that I can see being a professional media person. Like I don't see how that can be worth it, really.
I don't know. Maybe they hate their job and that they think that's the only thing they can do, Or like, I fucking hate my job. I can't wait till I'm a YouTube star. But I think it's just, it's pretty far. Like being a vlogger, like was probably easier when there weren't like 100 million people trying to do it.
Yeah.
Like I have friends from my hometown who are like famous vloggers. One of them's named Will Dosovich, and then his sister Haley. Like they're super famous in the Philippines. Like he's like on TV and stuff all the time. Like he's like like millions of followers and stuff, and she's like pretty close to that. And like I went to school with them. Like I went to middle school with them, and it's like I saw her at a music festival. I was like, oh, what up, Haley? She's like, oh, hey, how are you? Like, oh, you living in the city still? Yeah, you too? Okay, I'm over here. And it's
it's kind of surreal.
There's like they're like really serious about it, but they've been doing it for like, I don't know, it's been like 5 or 6 years plus. And he's been doing it like, I think for like almost 10, those people that are making loot have been doing it a long time.
Yeah, especially like it kind of is relative to the platform, kind of the age of the platforms. Like the YouTubers that make a lot of money started when YouTube was young.
Yeah,
and
that's the trick.
The Instagrammers kind of, I mean, I would say like hot girl Instagrammer aside, other than that, like you kind of have to start while Instagram was young and build up with Instagram as it builds up as well.
Yeah.
So like TikTok,
I already missed it. I missed the boat,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
My fucking TikTok career is never gonna take off.
Do you have a TikTok?
No.
Oh man.
Fielding Shredder posted. Anyway, he posted. Should I make a TikTok and spelled it wrong?
Nice.
Today. I was like, all right. I mean, it's like one of those things. Like, dude, if you enjoy doing it, like keep doing it. But it's just like anything in this world. Like if you enjoy doing it, do it. But like if you're doing it for the money, like it's not gonna, like people are gonna see that. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
You're not gonna be like a tech YouTuber. Like you're not gonna like get to fucking, no one's gonna watch your shit because all the 50,000 other people who have been doing it for 10 years get the graphics cards before they come out. You know, like no one wants to watch your video where you compare two graphics cards like 4 months after they come out. You know what I mean?
Like, 100%.
I don't know.
It's weird too because for me,
but I'm putting
like
these
this
on
is
YouTube,
kind of
so
an aside.
I'm kind of
this goes on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
So you just roasted me pretty much.
Damn, my bad.
It's okay.
Oops. But like this is more the type of YouTube stuff that I would watch. And I'm not trying to talk shit on your programming, but this isn't like a super high, like million view video. Like it could be, but that's the same kind of, like, I think Rywire is a good example of like his stuff. I like his stuff. It's not like huge blowing up cornerstone of the industry vlogs, you know, like Adam LZ stuff. I don't know, nothing against him. I don't watch any of that. Like,
yeah, I mean, I've watched a couple of them and I kind of get it. I think Brandon, this is going to sound kind of like maybe elitist, but I'll try not to sound elitist.
Yeah.
I feel like there are people who do kind of whatever they want. Like they're just like, I'm going to do this, and they go and do it, and it's hard or you're broke or whatever. Like, you know, you like pretty much work for yourself. You're like, I went to school. I'm going to like learn how to do film shit. Like I've been doing it since I was like 8 years old now.
Damn, you're getting in on that too. Okay.
And you know, like you're just like, well, why would I go get a 9 to 5? Like I'm just gonna keep doing this. Like, you know, you know what? I'm not gonna work for somebody. I'm gonna work for myself. Not everybody can make that decision, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I think the YouTuber vlogger stuff is people who want to do things, but I don't know, maybe they don't have the means or the location or whatever it is that like doesn't allow them to do it. They can kind of like live vicariously through that person. And I think that's, or they want to learn from somebody who's doing it before they do it.
Yeah.
Like my girlfriend watches vlogs, travel vlogs all the time. I'm like, you're going to go there. Like, do you really want to see all the shit already? Like, I like getting off the plane and not knowing where the fuck I am. You know what I mean? Like, but,
I see. Like it's definitely, I wouldn't even call it a spectrum because it's not so linear as that. Like it's so gray of like a space in general. Cause like, I agree 100% what you're saying. Like people can live vicariously through the vloggers. Like Twitch is another kind of example of that. And like, there is content out there that's really strong and really successful and really popular and like valuable to the community, like drifting community or any community like travel, or like I'll watch a lot of Magic the Gathering stuff. But
dude, you're on the card game hype big time, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh shit, I talked about a lot of I don't know that my parents love gambling, and opening a fresh pack of trading cards is just the same thing. So I blame them. But
dude, shout out your parents, fucking nicest people. Oh my god.
Go to their food truck, they'll feed you for free. I'm not your listeners, but like you specifically. Like I try to pay because like I feel horrible because I don't spend any time on that food truck, and I show up and I'm like, let me pay. I don't care if I'm your son, like you're still working, you're still paying money for that chicken and rice. Like, let me pay. And they're like,
Dude,
no.
it's so good. Shout out Kado's Asian Grill. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh, dude, I miss it. Like, I didn't get to have that all year for fucking 2020. Like, that's one of the biggest, like, oh, God damn it.
Every time I drive through Sacramento, I always like check to see if they're out.
Hell
like, even
yeah.
if I'm not going to Sacramento, like I'll go like half an hour out of the way. Like,
that's what's up. Hell
yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah. Mad respect. But what were we talking about?
How you're a degenerate gambler.
Yes. Well, yeah. No, but like there's value to vloggers for sure. But yeah, just when it takes over, like it feels like maybe it's just
is that
drifting.
really common at Time Attack?
No, I think it's more common at like drift stuff. Like drift stuff is like, it's like an impressionable younger crowd or something.
Yeah,
and
it's
like,
exciting.
Yeah.
It's, you get like a couple like helmet cam shots and like you messing around in the pits and filming the like stuff, especially this year because like there's no spectators.
There's nothing.
So people kind of want to see what's going on.
Yeah, that's true. Like
but,
in the context of the pandemic, it's like that's the only for like, especially for like, I feel like my responsibility is to quarantine as much as possible because I could easily transmit the disease. Like maybe I'm not personally at risk, but I like really respect the responsibility of like not transferring it to other people or killing anyone else. Like, so I've been watching way more like YouTube content in general. And so like, yeah, I could definitely respect that. But I don't know. It's weird.
I think, okay, so you grew up at drift events, right? Like you remember the time when you like, even though you're younger, you were part of the like era of drifting where it's like, one or two people there had a camera and like one person had a video camera.
Yeah.
And like not every event had a video.
Yeah.
And like
it'd be like the video would be like my dad or like Luke's dad just like putting it on YouTube. Yeah. Chris's videos are
Shout
sick.
out Chris Wright, dude.
Yeah.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah. But
how, dude, it must suck having a dad that's cooler than you, Luke. Oh
he got his car done. It's pretty sick. I think. I don't know. I haven't seen it in person, but that like following his build has been really cool.
Yeah,
because he did like a ground up S13 build. Yeah, but what were we saying?
He brought it out and it worked. First event.
Nice.
Like he got it tuned. Like Magic Ollie did the wiring, and then I came and like kind of helped with some stuff that Matt wasn't familiar with, and kind of like did some link stuff over there, and he got it tuned, brought it out first drift event. He drove it 2 days straight.
Yeah. Talking about like times changing or being around for so long. Like I remember when you were just doing media as well, and you had your S13 primered out on equip still, and like flash forward to now, you're like an E36 like style guru, and like Matt had his like OD green S13, and like I think he just got his shop in like 2010 or 2011, right? And now you guys are like cornerstone of the community, especially for NorCal drifting, where like you're busting your ass working on people's cars all the time. Like I talk to people like, oh yeah, I just had Palmer come do my wiring, and like someone else will say it to him like, damn, Palmer's hustling, and like Matt's the same way. Yeah,
just
okay.
The team,
Okay.
I take care of my friends. Yeah, gotta get them rolling,
Yeah.
Because it's that's always the like Achilles heel of the cars. So
yeah, I mean, especially considering like everyone's doing swaps and like nothing ever works perfect, and then like
Julian's car literally didn't have an air intake temp sensor wired into his Power FC for like 3 years.
See, I'm so out of the loop on electronical knowledge. I'm like, what do you even need that
So you want me to break it down real quick? Okay.
Yeah.
So like the Power FC, right?
Yep.
The game, the like 90s Game Boy controller.
Yeah.
The D Jetro. People always say like L Jetro or D Jetro. Maybe not. There's two versions for for most motors.
Got you.
Especially the SRs. So like the SR, you know what a MAF is, right?
Yeah.
Like that's that big goofy thing right next to the filter.
That's always fucked up when you get like anything.
Exactly. So that's your airflow sensor. So that determines like how much air is coming into the system. And so like if you have a leak or anything, or it doesn't work right, like your fuel mixture is completely off and it like doesn't run well. So
if you have your MAF, why do you need a second air sensor?
So you get rid of the MAF, you need two things.
Oh, okay.
You need a air pressure, like a pressure sensor, pretty much,
and temperature. Right? Yeah.
And temperature, right? So you can tell like how much air and how cold it is, or how warm, the temperature of it.
I didn't realize people
just had pressure and not temperature for 3 years. I'm not gonna say what happened. I wasn't part of it, but we got it fixed, and
did it come like that, like off the container, or?
No, that's okay though.
Choices were made.
There was like some late night, like 5 a.m. like just get it going, because they had to put them in the containers to go to Super D Matsuri in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like some last minute, like should be fine, and then it worked. So they never looked at it, but it definitely, anyway.
Yeah.
Not important.
It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I remember, like, I don't know if it was related to that, but I remember there being issues with his car at Super D Japan when we were there.
Yeah. It was like, wasn't that fast, but he had other problems too, I think.
Yeah. Because it's kind of crazy that the timing of that, like he just got that right before that.
Dude, he literally bought a car, shipped it from Japan, built it, and shipped it back to Japan.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God.
He's like, had I known. But, whatever. That's
damn.
How
have you talked with anyone on here about missing his S14? I don't want to be a broken record.
No one has.
Dude. Oh, man. Dude, that car was so choice. Like, I know like the weird subframe stuff he did was kind of weird, and like that's ultimately I think why I got rid of it, but like, god damn, that car is iconic.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I mean, like, yeah, because that, I feel like when Animal Style blowing up was more about in like 2013 or 2012, like more about that car, and because that's when like Tandem of Die was blowing up too, and it was like,
no, dude, it was your brother and Julian, and they're driving, and the cars were cool.
But those were like,
it was what they did with them,
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But there wasn't even anyone building cars that low and with like the expensive wheels like that yet in the States. Like it was them and like Tandem of Die,
but no one was crashing them into each other. You know
that's
what I mean?
Fair, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that was that like Tandem of Die era.
Yeah, because like Hit and Run, but they were not in the States.
Yeah.
That kind of started
I remember watching those videos, and I was like,
yeah. And those dudes are like older than your generation as well. So like now they all have like kids.
Not all of them. Yeah.
I heard they're like, last time when I was in Australia, they're like, yeah, none of those dudes are coming. They're all like have like 2 or 3 kids and are married and like all like their jobs and stuff, and they sold their cars. And I'm like,
not all of them.
Not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Damn.
They're actually like, dude, a lot of the dudes from Australia are younger than I thought.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I know there's like Thai.
They've been around forever. And I was like, I'm like, dude, you've been like cool and drifting since I started. But there's like, oh no, dude, I'm younger than you. I'm like, what the fuck?
God damn. That just goes to show too, like the depth of like, I don't know.
What was it like being like pretty young and just like hanging out at FD, like touring the country and stuff? I can't imagine being like high school age and getting to do that.
I mean, it's hard to put it in words, but let me think about it. I mean, I remember like I'll go back a little further. I remember hating having to go to like Just Drift and stuff when I was in like freshman year of high school or like middle
Dude, no
school.
one wants to do
Because
anything with their parents when they're like 13, 14.
yeah, we're going to the middle of the desert for 3 days basically. We're driving 6 hours to go to the middle of the desert so Ryan can drift. It's 100 degrees. I don't get to go to my friend's house and play video games. You know, like
Be like, how am I supposed to beat him at Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah,
if I can't practice?
Exactly. But like, yeah, everything about any like car event is like waking up early, driving hella far. As a kid, like that sucks if you're not the one getting to drive, or that mug is amazing, or like do anything really. So like when the NorCal events, it was kind of more chill because we didn't have to wake up as early, and I knew you guys eventually. Like we all kind of became friends. So at least I had someone to hang out with. But like the SoCal stuff, it was like as a kid, it's kind of scary. Like it's all adults. Like drift dudes are all the nicest dudes, but they don't necessarily look like it sometimes, you know, like especially back then it was like tank tops, beards, and like as a kid you're like, I got to write this paper for my English class, and like my computer's gonna die and we're in the middle of the desert, it's hot. Like I don't know, it's like but but eventually it was sick. I don't know how to describe that. Like in FD something changed, and I think it was
you found your place, you found your purpose.
Yeah. It kind of worked out. Like you kind of find your people a little bit, like the other media dudes like Joe and Shreve and Bohan and Jeff, which we kind of already hung out with them before that. But I think too, like Ryan's team was all like Julian, Moss, like I don't know, like more friends, you know, like it was kind of like traveling with the family. Yeah. So that was kind of fun. I think Jeff and Bohan played a huge role in kind of like mentoring me, or like being kind of like someone to look up to, people to look up to and kind of model myself after. Because like with Life Blasters, it wasn't like too serious, and it wasn't like just adulting the whole time, but like they were really fucking around, like doing like Bosch is like the king of like dick jokes and all that stuff, and they made it fun, and they made it more accessible in a way, and kind of like everyone is really nice and like open to me hanging out with them, even though I was a kid and they're in their mid-20s. Like it still kind of worked out. So I don't know, no one's really ever asked me that before, so I haven't really put a lot of thought into it. Or maybe at one point in my life I had thought about it, but it's been a long time. So I feel like I'm bombing.
Well, they had like a fake hard card. You're like, I am 18.
Yeah, they never looked. You put your date of birth and they don't check it. So nice. It's for, like, one thing I've learned is that actually, no, never mind. Can't. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it.
I want to know, but I don't want to know.
I mean, yeah, it's not that bad. It's just I don't want to talk shit. Okay, yeah.
Was it like kind of a bummer when that ended? Were you like?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the timing kind of worked out as like in regards to the stages of my life. So like that kind of ended as I was starting to go to college or like doing that. And so I was starting to build friendships and relationships and like a life outside of drifting. Whereas before, like drifting kind of took over. Like I had less friends at school because I was hanging out with like doing car stuff or thinking about cars or working on cars. Like I worked at Driven Authority for a while, if you remember that shop in Sacramento. And was it Kip and Matt, the 300ZX guys? Like, so I would go to school and then go straight to their garage and like work on like, I had my 180 there, or I had my Sil 80 there, and I would work on some like custom cars and stuff.
I also just saw it recently. and all its dismantled glory.
Every time I go back home, it's in different shape, so I don't even know where it's at anymore. But I'm hoping that
I
it's
think,
getting.
yeah, last time I was there, I think Max was borrowing some parts from it for his car.
Yeah. Well, I was under the impression that he was gonna build it.
I think
back.
he is.
Is
I
he?
think that's what they
Okay.
were saying. I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't remember. Yeah, he is building it. Yeah, that was
That's
it.
good.
It was that wasn't the that's the story, not the thing that I made up.
Because like at this point, I'm like, just K-swap it and then rip it. Yeah, but it's probably cheaper than any other option for motors at this. I feel like a K-swap is probably cheaper than a KA at this point.
Yeah, it's just all the parts to put it in the car get kind of expensive, but
That's true. That's true. Yeah, but
once you got it,
yeah, but yeah, that was like, even that car for me was like a product of, I don't know, like definitely a product of privilege in a way. Like I was super lucky to be able to build that and like have those kind of connections and just kind of mooch off of my brothers doing so well to get parts and stuff. But like I had no idea what I was doing. Like style wise, I was pretty like spot on, I think, for what I wanted
cool.
to
I liked
get.
it a lot.
Yeah. But like performance
Wasn't
wise,
it ITB?
No, it wasn't yet. That's what I was working on.
That.
Yeah, that's what I was saving up for next. And then it kind of, the wiring was a big problem. And it was on Mega Squirt. And then I couldn't find anyone to tune it.
And then you're like, I'm done.
Yep. I was like, I can't. And like I went to college and was like, okay, well, I only get to work on this car for a couple months out of the year. And my student debt is now growing and my car budget is not getting it. Yeah,
I'm gonna buy this TE Corolla and look like a cool old man.
Yes. Oh man, I miss that car. That was a good car. That car had 40,000 miles on it. Original miles. It was salvaged, but it had
silver, right?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. But adulting again, I was like, I couldn't keep up the carburetor. Like there's less people down here that work on Corollas than up in NorCal. So
when you sold that car, I was like, if I didn't live in San Francisco, I would have bought it.
The dude that bought it lives in Sacramento.
I wanted it so bad. I was like,
dude,
that's such a good deal.
The Southern Ways wheels too. Those things, I've never seen another set of those. They're like, so good. They're great. Yeah. Horrible size, but really good. Really good. they're like 14 by 6.5, like plus 30 or something, like real dookie sizing. But I didn't realize until we went to Japan that like good size Corolla wheels, like really wide, like 14 by 8s or 15 by 8, anything is like $2,000 for a pair. Like remember Naoki was selling his wheels? I was like, oh my God. Yeah. And those wheels that I had on that Corolla were like 11-inch faces, like stepped up to 14s.
Wow.
So I couldn't even get them rebarreled because no one did a lip that size, that small. Because I couldn't find it at the time. I don't know if things have changed, but
probably not.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of like progress being made in the triple step 11 to 14 wheel sizes.
Yeah.
Barrels and lips.
It makes sense, but I don't know. Good times. Now I look at I think it's Japanese JDM classified or like Japan classified. There's like an Instagram account for some dudes in Virginia that import cars, and they have like Mini Coopers on there and like Nissan POWs and that kind of stuff. I'm gonna get back into that game.
Yeah, you're gonna get some wild right-hand drive thing.
Yeah, the smaller the better, man. The smaller the better. 60 horsepower or less. That's the goal. And street legal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're not fearing for your life when you're on the highway or going over like 40 miles an hour anywhere, you're not living. You're not living.
Yeah, I can see that you like to live life on the edge.
Yeah. The bottom edge, not the top. Podcasts are hard. My throat, not good.
Yeah, dude, you want to get some water or something?
Maybe. I don't know. Can I walk away? Is it?
Yeah, dude, I'll entertain people the best I can.
Oh God. All right, I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, dude, he's set. Look at that preparedness. That's a long chug. Big gulps.
Cool.
That was a big gulp, dude.
I'm thirsty. What can I say? It's hot down here, dude.
Tell me about it. Where are you living now? You in Southern California?
I'm in Southern California, so I'm in East LA. So like I don't drift, so it doesn't really matter, but it's like an hour from Grange or whatever it's called now.
Nice.
And then
do you have a garage there? Can I leave a car?
Nope. I have like the apartment underground parking that's like it's gated, but it's still sketchy. Like my car got broken into last Christmas, and then they
On
like
Christmas
took
Day?
Christmas morning.
The S2000 or what car?
S2000. They took a pole position. They tried to take the second one, but like because of that, I had 6 points in there, and that S2000 like inside is so small, like it's impossible to maneuver. I just couldn't get the second seat out, but they took one seat. They took my Sparko steering wheel. What else? They cut up the harnesses. I don't remember what else.
Like
I suppressed all that.
Cut the harnesses so they could pull the seats out faster.
Yeah.
What?
But then, it's kind of bullshit. I was pretty upset about it, and there's no like cameras or anything, and I had shitty insurance, so it didn't like cover any of that. But I got another seat off of Will, so we're good there. Basically, I rebuilt the interior of the car since then, but now like every time I go down there, I'm like, please like let everything be okay still.
Man.
Yeah, I gotta get garage. I can't do anything like I can't do any like forced induction or like anything fun until I have a place that I can actually maintain the car.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. Because what's your setup?
So I think I told the story on one of these, but I like literally when I bought my BMW, I literally like had a public storage like shipping container, and I worked on it out of there.
Damn.
It's like it was just like there's like a bunch of crackheads, and there was like a trailer park like right over this like little short fence, so people would always like jump back and forth, and people like grilling up squirrels or whatever. Like, and it was like
you kept your car.
gnarly.
You have your car in the city, or
before that, I stored it at a gym. Because it was like gym member parking only, and I was like, I'll get a membership. I literally left it there. It was like caged and shit.
That's crazy.
I would like work on it there at night sometimes, like when I was like no one there, because it was like a 24-hour gym, so I'd like go like hella late and like bring like I would just get out like the like stock jack and like
nice
jack the wheel up and like
I know that feeling.
I think I installed my first angle kit there on that car. Yeah.
Sick. Yeah.
I think I did the coilovers there too. Yeah. Anyway.
The shitty thing about that is like you have to do it all in one go. Like you can't like tinker
you can't leave it on blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's finish it or put it back and try again later.
And that's the worst feeling too. It's like I think I fucked up my S2000 fenders because it's like when I put my coils on, it's like I know that it needs to be higher, but I've also just been working on this car for 16 hours, and like I just have to drive her home.
Yeah. You're like, I can't. I'm not staying here. Like so now I'm pretty lucky. I share a shop with a bunch of dudes. So like
nice.
Alex. It used to be Limitless. So like Alex.
Okay. Yeah.
Nacho, Sherry. Those are my shop mates, and Seth. Which you don't know, but yeah, man, it's been like the best. I like if it ever goes away, I'm definitely gonna have to move because like I live in a spot with no parking. Like we just park on the street.
Yeah. Where's you're not in the city, right? You're just Bay Area, like, or are you
I'm
like
in the city? I've been in the city for 5 years.
Damn.
Yeah, I live like we just moved like right next to Ocean Beach.
Okay. I think you're right by like Alex Mong then, or at least Alex Mong's parents.
Yeah, I think so. He's around here somewhere. We're on Outer Sunset. He's here too.
That's what's up.
I don't know where, but you know,
is Andy still in the city too?
Huh?
Is Andy Gillespie still in the city
Yep.
too? Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, we don't hang out much, but he's here.
He's building a Corolla again, right? So that's kind of cool.
He is.
Yeah.
It's got that Z. He's still a good
Yeah.
driver.
Yeah. Is that
he
MP?
He took a long break. I mean, he's always been good.
Yeah.
Let's be
I feel like you don't lose it. Like once you're good, I mean, one, everyone has a sim nowadays, but like two, yeah. What? Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would say that if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you take too long of a break, I mean, I think you can get it back, but I don't think you can like jump in a car right away after like a year and rip.
I feel like usually, like if you stop from like getting in a bad wreck or something, then you have to like work past that fear. Like that's one thing. But like most of the dudes I see, like, yeah, like they do have to get it back, but like after a day, they're like ripping again, like
True.
Unless the car is completely different or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I could ask a question right now, but I'm not going to ask it because
let's hear it.
I think it's unfair. No, I'm not going to ask it.
No.
It's related to stopping drifting and coming back. I think you might know what I'm insinuating.
Maybe, I don't know. I think you should get that other person on the podcast if it's who I think you're talking about. Or
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think he'd do it, man.
Really?
Yeah. I'll ask him.
Yeah. I think it's, I don't know. I think he'd be down. I think once you got him to commit to it, then it'd be a sick podcast and he'd be a good guest, but I don't know.
I feel like if he did it, he'd give it a go,
Yeah. You could do like him and yeah. You should just do like a Sacramento special, like have all the dudes go to, like all the Gold Star dudes come out and like get in a group or something and do it. Or I think that would help motivate because because Keats is over at their place all the time, as far as I know. But I don't know.
Could might happen, Yeah. I'll just pull up on the food truck with like a camera and be like, so.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
Nah. I don't want to like, that's like the one thing about this is like, I really don't want to like push anyone to do it. So everyone that's like, I'm down. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go. But anyone's like, I don't know. I'll be like, nah, I'm not going to chase you.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like it's not the right vibe for that anyways.
Yeah.
This is like, it's more of like a just chatting, even though that kind of sounds dirty, but
I mean, we can make this whatever you want, dude.
Yeah. Do you have a OnlyFans too? We could switch over to that.
I do that afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cool, that's what this cheetah print carpet's for. I just like lay out.
Amazing.
Get on my OnlyFans.
I thought those were just thrash seats laid down on the floor.
Yeah, I'm balling. I just like cut up a bunch of OZ thrash seats to do my carpeting in my apartment.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, join my OnlyFans, Daddy Longlegs 69.
Oh my god.
I bet that exists.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna look now, but that guaranteed is a username that someone has.
Yeah, someone can confirm it for me. I'm not gonna Google it either.
Yeah. It's almost weird that like I feel like this could be a Twitch stream, and then you could just be like, "Hey, chat, go check that." Like,
true. I kind of thought about doing that, but I'm kind of like scared to do the live shit.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, try it.
Yeah.
Like Alex Dalton has like a Twitch stream, and like I know quite a few people who do it, and I did like Final Bout was doing a Twitch stream for a little bit, but I don't know. I think I might just stick with this format.
I feel that.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
because then it's like I can put out at my convenience, and I don't have to like tell people like we're doing it now. You know what I mean? Like I just Sometimes I'll record these and I won't put them out for like weeks because I got busy.
Do you like cut them up at all or no? You just like put it out there.
Yeah. I cut the end and the beginning off like a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Usually, but like as as I've started doing them, like I realized like you don't have to do that really. I just like I'll usually just start it when it starts and end it when it ends. Unless there's like some, dangerous stuff being talked about at the end or whatever. Which there has been, trust me.
Whoa, really? Okay. I would say spill the beans, but
how's your OnlyFans going?
Man, I'm trying to think of something funny to say, but
if you had one, I feel like it would be live stream Torque Daddy for 2069.
Grid life entrance only.
I feel like there's always like I'll just be on Instagram and there's always like some random post of you doing something like hilarious, like on somebody else's shit. I'm like, okay, Brandon, again?
Sorry.
I love it.
I don't know. That's just, I don't know. Yeah, man.
Just having fun.
That's the magic of like drift events basically, or like car events in general. You just get real loose because you're really comfortable with all the people around, but then you realize, now I'm twerking on Instagram.
Like, save some cakes for your lady, Yeah. Not everybody needs to see the goodies.
There's plenty of cake for her. Don't worry about that. Wait, speaking of the twerking, because I was on the live stream stuff, I heard like you've been talking with Magic about some of the live stream stuff, or
yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what's up.
We'll set it up.
That'd be sick, dude.
Trying to do some smart boy stuff with some smart boys.
Yeah, because like you're like understand fiber and stuff, right? Like that's a big challenge for us in 2020. Sorry, I forgot what year it was.
Yeah, I mean I work in audio visual like design, so I kind of know some stuff. I'm not that good with like broadcasty things yet. I'm getting there.
It's crazy, like, because even doing that stuff, like I learned so much, and like obviously I'm only operating a camera the whole time, but like laying out the fiber and like learning about the science of all of that, and like,
dude, fiber is really crazy. It's like, okay, so I'm gonna get real nerdy right here. Like with a wire, it's literally just like an on-off switch going on and off, no matter what it is, right?
Yeah, it's like, just a different sequence of currents, depending on how many wires is to do any action, kind of.
Yeah, like your internet is literally just like eight wires, so it's just 8 light switches going like this. That's what your computer is doing. This video of us talking to each other is just like little light switches being flicked on and off, like at each other, and then the other end's like, and then they turn into bits, and then they turn into bytes, and then they turn into frames, and it's wild shit. Anyway, fiber is literally just, instead of a wire, it's like a fucking flashlight getting turned on and off.
Yeah,
like so it's using light. It's like a flashlight down a hallway. It's like
a really long, really thin, small, tiny hallway, and it's like a couple of them in one too, because like each like individual fiber in the fiber cable is transmitting some amount of information, right? And then it's being reassembled at the other end. Yeah,
well, there's also like single mode and multi-mode fiber, and anyway, who cares?
That's next level, because all we learned about is like if you so much as touch it wrong, your picture's gonna cut out, and
it's glass. And it's not coming back.
Well, so and like there's something about like repairing the cable or like cutting the cable, like you have to cut it a certain length because of like the frequency or something.
Yeah, there's like a special tool for cutting fiber, and like you like patching it in. Like so when they do like fiber in your neighborhood, they'll do like this like giant like thing of like fiber, like spools, like it's like a bunch of fiber in there, and then they like send them off. That's gnarly, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, and like it's so expensive too.
Yeah, it's fast.
Everything about it, and people like, it's funny because you take like this, I don't know if it's cutting edge, but it feels cutting edge, fragile, expensive, excellent technology, and you mix it with grassroots drift events, and like especially for Grid Life, they get some like the dudes that camp out there, because it's not just the drivers. Like that's a fan event more than a driver event.
Yeah,
Some
I've
of the
never
fans
been.
that show up.
I think I
like,
might try and make it out to one of those, like even if I just like come hang out or whatever.
Yeah.
If you guys are working, like I want to come.
Yeah.
Parlay with you.
I don't know what the schedule is yet this year.
Who knows, man?
If we're out there, you should.
All I know is
come.
if I fucking miss Rage Against the Machine because they're coming, like I was supposed to see them right before COVID. Like literally like all through the last like 8 years, I missed it. Okay, so I was working at Best Buy and no one would take my shift for me to go to Rock the Bells when they were playing. And I missed it, and then they broke up.
Oh.
And so like for the last like long ass time, I've just been like miserable about it. Like, and I'm like, I've been talking about it. Like, there's any band I can go back and see. It's Rage Against the Machine, man. It's, fucking take me back. Like, I'm gonna buy this time machine and I'm going back anyway. So they got back together and they were gonna do like a tour before, you know, do it for like they were doing all the border towns.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, oh, well, if we're gonna do that, maybe we'll just do a tour or whatever, because like money's cool, I guess. Just kidding. It's Rage Against the Machine. They don't care. But it was like, it was an election year, so you know that it was gonna be, that's like why they were doing it. And then they're like, well, we already sold all these tickets, so you guys kind of have to play, and we'll just postpone it. And they're like, fuck. So because it's like, you know, anyway.
They don't want, like that kind of like energy is kind of gone.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to be gone based on all the wild shit that's going on right now. But
yeah, that's true.
Anyway, that's supposed to be mid 2021. Are you going to Next Level Drift?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, I think Hurt's going. Yeah,
Hurt's definitely going. He's like committed for sure. That event is sick. That event's great. Yeah, that and fucking Poland is tight, dude.
I'm going this year.
You going?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, hell yeah.
Dude, it's like a BMW drift fest. It's a BMW drift Matsuri, pretty much. Like, I feel like I have to go. And then like some of the guys.
Are you driving? Or
yeah, dude, the dudes from Team Q are letting me take one of their cars.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
I was talking to him about it yesterday. I'm so excited. I thought they were just gonna like let me take some laps. They're like, no, you can just drive the car for the event. I was like, what?
Fuck yeah, dude. That's in September, right? Or is it earlier than that? Yeah. I'll probably have to figure something out to get out there.
Yeah, I think Jason wants to come too.
Yeah.
If we can make it work, you know. Should be pretty fun.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I was like, tight, I get to be the one that gets to go out somewhere else and drive a car. Like, all right, Jason, you can be my pit crew this time. Hey.
Hell yeah. Yeah. After getting snubbed from the Super D video and everything a little bit, we got to make you like the Palmer Sanderson edition of Next Level.
No, but I'm excited. I was talking to Will about that on the one that I did with him. I was like bummed I wasn't in the video, but then I like got home, or I was like sitting there and I was like, wait, you were partying the whole time and like you didn't even go to the track because you couldn't get there. Like, how do you expect you're gonna be in the video? And that was like a pivotal point in my fucking life where I realized like, whoa, if you want to seriously, like I was like super bummed out because I was like, oh man, I like had this like real like moment at the track and like you know what I mean? And then I realized, dude, you're not that cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like you gotta just be there. Like, you know, if you want to be, I don't know. I think for a long time I felt like I wasn't recognized as like part of the team, but but what I didn't realize is it wasn't because people weren't like, it wasn't because people didn't like me. It's because I wasn't putting in the same effort as everybody else who was, you know, recognizable from the team. You can't just like be on the team and expect, you know what I mean? Like if you're on the fucking Warriors and you're not like a starter and like putting down fucking buckets, dude, like you're not going to be
buckets.
Yeah, exactly. Like not, you know what I mean? And I probably shouldn't compare Animal Style to the Warriors.
Just being on the team isn't enough to get. Like, I gotta say, this is separate from being in the video. Like I don't know why you weren't in the video. It just kind of like randomly happened. Like when the one I cut was like 3 months later, they're like, "Oh, I guess we're finally gonna make this. You have 3 days to cut this video." And I'm like, "Fuck."
Well, what I also what I didn't realize is like, yo, I shot like a bunch of clips. I watched the video again, and I was like, dude, I shot a bunch of clips in this. What the fuck am I bitching about?
Your shots are all up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick shit too. Because you're on the wall.
I had to make up for the time that you handed me the camera at the Animal Style like Sharking Lot 2 video.
Okay.
I shot a cool clip on my phone, and then I showed you and Will, and you're like, all right, here's a camera, like get some more angles or whatever. And I went out there and I shot everything like mega overexposed. And you're just you're super nice about it. You're like, yeah, I'll see if I can fix it. That's how I know you're a nice guy.
Thank you, I guess. Man, but you sent us your cell phone clips too, didn't you? Because I feel like we used.
Yeah, it was that fireball clip in the when like Ryan went by and there was like the fireball came out of exhaust and it was like slow mo.
Dude, that was like such a fun time.
Yeah,
because like everyone was out there.
I just got cheated on and my heart ripped out.
Oh shit!
Shit on and like Julian's like, let's go drifting. I was like, all right, tight. I was like, where are we going? He's like, parking lot. I was like, we're going to LA to a parking lot. He's like, I guess.
Yeah. Was that the event or was it the time after that where Naoki was there too and they did burnouts and got kicked out of her window?
That was way later, I think.
That was way later? Oh, okay. Dude, I have horrible memory. Or like I can remember things, but I cannot place the time, the era kind of.
I mean, they didn't really like get kicked out. They just like left after.
I thought Andy Luck came out and yelled at him.
The yelling literally was about. It was right when we got there.
Okay.
I can't even remember what it was for. It was like someone needed to like move a car or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it like turned into this whole thing. I don't know. But it was like kind of really not a good experience. I was like, oh, that's what everyone talks about.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, the yelling did because like the event was going on, so like no one was really paying attention. They just kind of like did their thing, and then we all drove out, loaded them on the car hauler, and left. Yeah, like no one came over and was like, "Hey."
But so that was the time. That was right before the third video. Then that was when the cops came and shut it down when we're at the parking lot.
I didn't get invited to that one.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize there was even like an invitation. Like I thought it was just kind of like.
I didn't hear about it.
Oh no!
I didn't hear about it. Yeah,
I feel like I was just. Oh shit!
It's okay. It was.
I blame Will. No.
No. Well, no. I just bought the BMW and it was like stock. You know what I mean? So they were like, oh, well, like we didn't really think the stock BMW would look cool in the video. I was like, could have told me I would have fucking come to hang out, assholes. Yeah. But like it was like one of those things where like, did you tell them or did I like? And then they were like, no one told him. Oh fuck.
Yeah. Fuck.
But that was the time that like everyone came down and then it got shut down.
Yeah, it got shut down like pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know why that time it did, but I guess it's just because every other time it was
because they didn't invite
1 to 3 cars. Oh, okay.
I called them.
Yeah. That was an interesting time too, because like I was already in SoCal, so I didn't really know what like Blake was on the team for a little bit and then he wasn't. Like I don't know what happened with that.
Do you want me to explain it?
I mean, if it's sketchy, then no, but if it's chill, then.
So Blake and Julian used to play a lot of Forza, just like Ryan and Julian used to play a lot of Forza.
Sick. Yeah, like Animal Style and Forza are like synonymous, basically. Yeah.
I've never played Forza.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I was bad at it.
That's why I didn't get invited. That's why I didn't get invited to the parking lot.
Dude. Yeah, you gotta get Forza 2. You gotta get on there. And he had a red
there was
S13.
there was a lot of shade when I got the BMW. There was a
Really?
lot of like.
Well, I remember that there was like some not backlash, but like people were like, "That's like a clapped out car. Like that's not going to be, or not your car specifically, but like the chassis is like."
Yeah, they're like, "What are you doing, dude? You don't like S chassis?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm gonna try something else."
Yeah.
And yeah, it didn't go over well at first. But guess what? You gotta stick to your guns, dude. Stay true to yourself. You know.
Yeah.
Believe.
Well, I remember talking about it, and you're like, because this is like before they really blew up, and you were saying like these are going to be the next S chassis in the sense of like they're dirt cheap and they're super available and parts are available.
Yeah.
And then people were like, but it's not. It doesn't have an SR. It's not from Japan or whatever. Like it's.
Yeah.
But it's like
I got some hatred.
That was like some.
I almost went to the dark side. You know.
That was some prophetic like. That one you like were ahead of the curve for sure. Like actually, that was some like
you and Will, we were in the car. Someone was giving me crap at Mahon. I think it was, I'm not gonna say who it was, but it was somebody not on the team. And we were all in the van, and you, Will, and like a couple other people were in the car, and someone was just like kind of giving me a hard time, and I was like, no, I'm doing like, because he's like, oh, like, you know, you see what's happening at Mahon, you like see this, right? Like you see what's like trying to explain to me that like you have to have an S chassis to like do cool drifting, and I'm like, you understand that what you see and what I see are different. I look at this at Mahon and I see a bunch of people driving what's available to them.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is a domestic car for them. You know what I mean? Like, this is
100%
something that they were able to get, and it drifts well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, if they need parts, they can go to the junkyard and get them. Like, it's not this like impossible to find, no longer built car.
Because it's not on a pedestal there the same way that it is here. Or like it's not
so I was kind of just.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it is at this point. Like, but 5 years ago, it wasn't really that case. Like,
yeah.
So that's just kind of what I saw. Like there was like a bunch of beat up ones that looked like beat up E36s at Sonoma. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I was like, dude, this is the same thing. And I was kind of explaining, I was like, parts are cheap. You know, like if I need to go to the junkyard and get stuff, and like you and Will were in the car, you're like, that makes sense. And then like, the person gave me a hard time, kind of went, maybe.
That was like one of my biggest takeaways from that trip. And like, I think it's just like, like, because before that I was on the kick of like, keep it simple, like seat time. But that was kind of the revelation of, like you said, like you were just explaining, I'm pretty sure it was that moment that like really stuck with Will and I both, of just like, it isn't about S chassis. It is about availability, because like the seat time and the availability, the simplicity and the availability go hand in hand. And then the style isn't necessarily related to the chassis of the car. The style is related to the driver. So like you can bring, this is probably a paraphrase of something that you told me at Mahon, was like, you can bring that style to the chassis.
Don't make me sound smarter than I am.
Well, I think that like,
don't dare use your big brain words and try and put them coming out of my mouth.
I feel bad because I'm forgetting the guy's name from the Pacific Northwest, and he has the blue E36. I hope he doesn't listen to this. But like, he had his car, and that was the only other like sick ass E36 at the time. And then yours was like,
it the one that was like kitted?
Yeah.
I think it was George.
George. It was George.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a few of them. They were hiding out. There was like one on the East Coast.
Yeah.
There were some places, and I was like,
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at his Instagram real quick. I'm still on. Wait, hold on. Yeah, it was definitely George. George's car was sick, but like, other than you building yours, and George's wasn't a 1J swap though. That was a big thing about your build too, is this JZ.
Yeah. I mean, that was always the goal.
Yeah.
I wasn't in a place to be able to do it when I got the car, so I just drove it with the motor it had, and then when I blew it up, I was like, out.
Yeah. I thought you did it pretty quickly, like the time frame.
It took me like 2 years to start it. Because I drove, but I didn't drive the car. Like, I I wasn't, again, it comes back to that thing where I was like, oh, I feel like I should be, I'm on the team. Like, why aren't I in this video? Like, I was like, I don't know. I think I was like 26 or something. I was like kind of at this like weird age where I just like felt like I needed to.
Some type of anxiety, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I was just like,
Yeah.
like, I'm like, it's kind of tough hanging around with like a lot of people who are like well known. You know what I mean? Like when you're, I don't know, maybe it was like an insecurity or something, but I realized after like, yo, just like support the homies. Like as soon as I kind of like went from like the like, hey, what about me to like, I'm just gonna like go all in for the homies. Like there's been no negative side of being supportive of your friends. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I like kind of just like switched up. I was like, dude, what I like, who fucking cares? Like that it was that again, it was like that me not being in that video and then me being upset about it and then looking at myself and being like, you're upset because you fucking aren't in a video where you weren't around like 90% of the time the video is being filmed. Like it's like embarrassing to talk about, but I'll be real.
Yeah.
Like
it's like a real pivotal moment. Like I can see where there's might be like some not necessarily taboo, but like where it's like hard to talk about, but like that's if it's a pivotal moment in your life, it's an important moment, like not just related to drifting, but you kind of said you had like this whole attitude shift. Like and that's worth talking about. And there's probably a lot of people in a similar headspace where they are looking for just the payoff, or they are like,
I mean, you see it in drifting a lot. There's a lot of people in drifting. Like it's not a sport where there are people who are really like, I just do drifting for drifting. I don't want to talk to anybody, but there are like, there's a fair amount of people who do it and want to be noticed for it. Like whether it be their car or their driving or them, and I think once you get past, like if you're ever questioning like why you're not getting recognized or recognition or whatever, like you might need to take a step back and see why that is, or realize that maybe that's not the thing that you should be focusing on. Like focus on doing the thing that you're there to do. Not, it goes back to your like vlogging thing. It's the same concept, I think.
Like just looking for recognition, not necessarily looking to be a part of the community. Like
or even just like better yourself. Like like be there to be the best driver you can, and you're not going to like if you're more focused on what it looks like you're doing versus what you're actually doing, like you're not going to progress.
100%, because it's like those dudes, like Julian is honestly like, I mean this in the best way possible. Like Julian's like a monster. Like he's like a fanatic of drifting, and that's why like he drives so much. He commits so much of his life to drifting or just cars, but mostly just S chassis, mostly just S13s, and that's why there's a lot of people that aren't.
He just bought a daily. Not an S chassis.
Oh damn!
I'm not gonna ruin it, but he called me. He just bought a daily that he's gonna do some stuff too down the road.
Oh, what did he buy?
He got I think it's a second gen GS 300.
Okay.
GS. I don't know. It has to be second gen.
The big body wave is taking over full effect.
No, he just told me that he literally told me he had a dream about like how pretty much, how people like, how you said that you loved his S14. He felt like he never got to do the 1J justice. He's always wanted it to have this like specific sound, and he's always trying to get me to do all the shit that he wanted to do to his. He's like,
just so it sounds.
Gotta get the T67, man. Like just get the T67. And I'm like, man, I would love to, but I need to get the manifold and all the other stuff. Like, I'm just gonna keep it simple for now. Like, my car works. It's good. Like, when I can overdrive the power that I have, which I fucking can't. Like, it's stupid fast, and it's like not even 400 horsepower.
Yeah, like, and your car's probably stupid light too.
It's pretty decent. I didn't think that the E36 was gonna be as light as it is. Like, it's
it's a really good chassis.
Yeah,
Like
it's I put it, dude. I drove it after I put the JZ in it, and I was like, front end feels kind of heavy, so I like upped the spring rate in the front to like
Mhm.
I think 10 pound 10k 10k
10
not
kg some.
yeah not pounds.
Yeah.
Those would be real soft. And then I put it on scales at the shop because like Alex was like, oh, I got scales, anyone want to like corner balance the car? So I put it on the scales, dude, perfect 50-50 left to right and back to front.
Damn, hell yeah.
I was like, okay, I guess I kind of know what I'm doing. Yeah, anyway.
That's sick.
But yeah, I think it only weighed out at like under 3,000 with me in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So not bad.
Yeah, with the 1J in there too, that's great. Because
yeah,
like even from the time attack side, like there's a progression of dudes get like their clapped out Civics and then they'll go to either an S2000 or an E36 M3. Mm-hmm. And then the S2000 dudes all either go to E36 M3 or some type of Porsche if they're rich. But like it all ends up going back to like everyone goes into the E36 chassis at some point in time that's doing rear wheel drive stuff.
It's a good platform.
Yeah. One of the dudes that's like a legend, S2000 legend at Button Willow has built or tuned a bunch of like S2000s, especially like NA S2000s, if I remember correctly. Rob Chu.
Oh, okay.
Who works. He like his car is an E36 M3 now. I think he still has a EG Civic or some chassis Civic. I know EG's didn't come here or something. I don't know. I don't know anything.
I kind of want to do time attack on my car. I want to see.
Dude, it would be fucking sick.
Like going down the front straight in that thing with the like 1J. I'm just like, I'm gonna die in this car. Like going down the front straight at Thunder Hill. You're like, you have like enough time to like think about what you're doing. You're like,
I saw your entry, your 5th gear entry. That must have been terrifying. That was a fucking sick clip.
Yeah, there's a bunch of clips where I didn't do what I did in that clip, but you know, I got one.
That's all that matters.
I was like, I might as well flex, you know?
Yeah, the internet now sees you as the guy who does 5th gear entries consistently because of just that one clip. Like that's all you need, you know?
So you're not taking time attack seriously at all, you're just having fun.
Yeah, pretty much. Like a lot of my friends that I've made over the past couple of years in time attack have all kind of come to a similar conclusion. Like you already had Marcos on here, right?
No, I'm going to though.
No, I was just talking to him. Okay, well, him and Sally I was talking to at I think the last Grid Life event or whatever that was at Gingerman last year, and it was like it's also really expensive to run a competitive time attack program. Like extremely expensive.
Man, they're always working.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And they're always grinding. Like those two.
Yeah. They're monsters too. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But
Marcos is like the super most low key. So I brought Marcos and Sally to Julian's house.
Okay.
After, because she was driving TCA at Sonoma, and I was like, "Oh, you want to come by Julian's?" And they're like, "Okay, cool." And like, you know, Marcos and Julian are like, they have like some similarities. You know what I mean? Like,
they're both 100%.
Like, they're both very like, you know, I feel like once you get them in the car, it's like it's a whole different ball game.
I think they're dudes where it's like, some people you'll talk to them and they'll try to like drop knowledge on you. But like Julian and Marcos are like so next level where it's like they don't talk about anything or bring anything up at all. But it's because like they know so much that it's like they don't need to prove themselves. Like that's how like, I mean, that's not saying much, but they're like way past the point of like trying to flex. Like, you know, at least I don't know if I'm putting that in a good way, but like like
I'll put it like this. Like if people come by Julian's house, sometimes they're like kind of like, I don't know, try hardy a little bit. And like Marcos was just like, oh, it was a cool setup, you know, no, like,
yeah.
Oh man, so like, what do you run for this and that? And like, you know what I mean? It was like, it was just real like, oh, what's up, bro? You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, okay. Like game recognized 100%. Game.
Exactly. Yeah. But like, I was talking with them at Gingerman, Good Life, or whatever the track. I think it's Gingerman. I can't remember. My memory sucks. And we're just talking about that. Like Sally was doing GLTC, which is like their open wheel series, and not doing like time attack, like strictly time attack there, because it's just more fun to do GLTC and like really
wheel
expensive
racing
to do.
Is it? I kind of like want to figure out a way to do that, but I'm just not. There's no.
If you want to do lemons, hit me up. I'll pitch in. I'll be part of the team. Like I did that in 2018, I think. Super fun, especially at Thunder Hill because it's full track, like east and west.
Oh, they do the
full
big
track.
They do the big.
Yeah.
They do the 5 mile.
The year that I did it, there's the only event that did the 5 mile. And like it's
other
so
than the 20,
fun.
Other than 24-hour Thunder Hill.
24 hour. Yeah. Which is like I'm never gonna. That shit's hella expensive to run in. But
yeah, dude. In our
and I don't want to do a real 25 hour. 25 hour. Yeah, that's anyways. But
it is 25 hours, isn't it?
The 25 hour Thunder Hill is the lemons. They say it's 24 hour, but it's 8 hours the first day and 4 hours the second day. It's like 12 hours total. Yeah. But that way you
I'm
get.
I'm not gonna tell you what car that we're thinking about doing, but our shop has been like throwing around some potentials. Like I was telling Alex, I was like, yo man, you would be like the fucking most killer lemons car builder ever, because he's like he can like get it done by any means necessary, Well,
those dudes, the like super competitive dudes, their cars, they're like the dude that won the year I was there was like a turbo Miata, but they like covered it all up. It was like a remote turbo. They covered it all up so like
they hid the turbo.
Yeah, and like effectively, and like I think you lose some points towards something, or like they had to do something weird at tech, but like they still got to run their car and they shit on everybody because like all the dudes are like the smartest like electronic engineers or aeronautical engineers, or like some NASA dudes or SpaceX dudes out there. Like they're not trying to figure out how to make rockets go to space, trying to figure out how to hide a turbo from some tech inspection. Like they're gonna come up with some crazy shit.
Yeah. I kind of love the idea of it. I feel like lemons is this is dangerous. I feel like lemons is kind of similar to drifting in a way.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's like, I don't know. It's like, okay, let me rephrase that. I feel like lemons is similar to like some drift events where it's like people are just like, I brought it, like I'm going to drive it, Like
I think there's multiple similarities because there's that aspect of like all about just the driving when the cars don't look that great, but there's an aspect of like that's a pure enthusiast event.
Yeah, no one there is trying to become a world champion lemons racer. Like everyone just wants to get seat time, and some of them want to win. You know,
and because with like the best drift events, it's the same way. Like it's like everyone wants, it's a community. Like those dudes all mostly know each other or like welcoming new people, and it's about seat time. And for them and for drifting, it's like the only outlet you get for that. Like you're not going to get to do wheel to wheel racing cheap or at that budget anywhere else. It's not actually that cheap. It looks cheap, but it's not. Yeah. And you don't get to drift literally anywhere else legally, at least.
Yes.
So it's like, it's a niche thing and it's a strong community,
but I want to give it a shot.
The only way you can be bad at it is if you just crash into other people. But you should definitely. I want to do it. I want to find a team that.
Don't you tempt me, Brandon? Don't you tempt me?
Hey, Robin's racing, right? So. That lemons is super fun.
Have you done it?
Yeah, I did it in 2018.
Who'd you drive with?
I drove with Zach Mertens from Hoonigan.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the guy's name? He's a fighter. I'd have to look up his name. I forget his name. Jason Ellis. Okay. It was for Hoonigan with Yokohama. So we drove there. They have like a lemon Specky 30, but like, which sounds tight. And it was really fun to drive, but it's a lemons car first and foremost. So like the Guibo joint was blown like from the beginning. Like we didn't blow it out; it was already blown.
Oh, you didn't swap it, dude. It takes like 5 minutes to replace that.
Well, that's the thing is we did a stint. I came back. I was like, this
so
thing
the
is
drive
like,
shaft was just like vibrating all crazy the entire race.
Yeah. Well, so at least for the first couple of stints, when I brought it in, we're like, okay, we need to check this out. We pull it off, and there's like for that year of E30, there's like 3 different sizes of Guibo joint. So we spent like 2 hours because other people had their joints, but all of them were the wrong size. And so it took forever to like find the right one. And at that point it had like, it literally like, it wasn't just like, oh, it's loose. Like it was literally just the collars for the bolts to go through. And the rubber was like completely disintegrated. So it was lit, like the shaft was, so like, yeah, we got to fix. And then, so we finally found the part, like, luckily we're with Yokohama. So they had like a full, like not full team, but they had like 3 guys there who were going to be mechanics basically. So they drove out to get the part and came back and we put it on.
Nice.
Well, hey, if it was my team, if it was my responsibility, I would have had that car in better condition from the get-go.
Whoa, popping shots at Yokohama. I like it. I like it.
We had fun.
Keep that shade coming.
Yeah, but okay, so then the head gasket. Like, I think that car got like 50 laps maximum before the head gasket blew too. So I think it was like pre-blown a little bit. But it was a fun time.
Yeah, what was it like working at Hoonigan? Because you worked for Hoonigan for a bit, right?
Yeah, I worked for them from April of 2017 to April of 2018, I think. And it was fun for sure. It was crazy, especially because that was the period like building their like daily vlogs, which was daily transmission. Yeah. That was like a crazy endeavor because at the time.
And they got acquired, right? Was that when you?
They were acquired before I got there.
Oh, they were.
Yeah. So I don't know the full history.
Had that stock, bro.
I don't think he did.
I hope he did, man. I hope he did.
Yeah, we've talked about it. I hope he did. I think his deal has gotten a lot sweeter recently, but in the beginning, he was like carrying the team for sure. But that Hoonigan is like Hoonigan's a beast for sure, especially now. Like
I went by there like a long time ago, dude. I went by there when they were like sharing like a little ass spot with like 1552.
Oh yeah.
And like
those are like the dog days. That was before I was there.
Yeah. It was like, I think it was New Year's and I was like about to go to some party, but I wanted to stop by and say what's up. And like literally I filmed on like Hertz like like the camera
Panasonic.
Yeah, with his Panasonic. I filmed like a New Year's burnout for him.
Oh, sick. Hell yeah.
It was cool. It was a cool fucking shot. Like he like filled the entire giant ass shop with smoke and
I didn't know you filmed that video. Like that's a sick video. Yeah. I think we like cut back to that like a million times. No. But anytime we talk about the torch down, it like
I want my fucking credit now, dude.
Okay, well don't talk to me. I don't work there, so
I'm just kidding. I don't care.
Yeah, but like so because
obviously he like handed me the camera. He's like, "I'm gonna do a burnout. Can you film it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm down."
That was when that was still the vibe. Was like when working at Hoonigan was at its prime. Like because that started before I was there, and then they brought that into business. Long Beach. Yeah. And then eventually, like, the people got so upset with burnouts 24/7 that they like got it shut down, which was a huge battle. But then, like, from that point on, it hasn't been the same. Like, that was the high point. And they're still doing sick shit all the time. Like, but like that vibe of like connecting with the grassroots a little more, or like feeling like I'm going to work and we're literally just going to do burnouts and it's going to be the sickest shit. Like that was a pinnacle of that time, was like 2016, 2017. Yeah. But then after that, like I kind of left because it was a lot of editing and I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to shoot more. And then it worked out because like I'm still friends with all those dudes and like everyone's tight there. And like we were like in the trenches together. So we're like bonded for life, basically.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then, yeah, because imagine like we were doing daily videos. Like I understand that it's not super uncommon for people to do that, but the people that do that will realize or like be able to acknowledge like game recognized game kind of thing. That's a fucking hustle. Like that's a huge hustle.
Like what do you do? Come up with a concept in the morning, shoot it, and then edit it all night and then put it out the next day?
It's literally you're thinking of concepts constantly. Like you have to like brainstorm, have all that stuff, shoot as many videos as you can, edit, try to make a backlog, but it never works out. And like it's because like say you're editing your video, it's got to go up by midnight at night, like, and your Premiere crashes and your autosave wasn't working, or like you didn't hit save for the past 2 hours, you know, or like say you finally go to export and there's like one really weird GoPro file or like drone, like DJI files used to be shit a couple of years ago, and they would just like crash the export. Like it would take 2 hours instead of 20 minutes or something. Like, then you're like, fuck.
Like, I need this.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to have something like on the cuff that just like, whoosh, throughout this video real quick. But like, yeah, it's a hustle.
I can't imagine.
And it's not a 60-hour work week thing. It's like a 70 to 90-hour work week, like constant thing, you know, like, I don't know. But
you're like, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna get this paper to shoot these trucks in the desert.
Peace.
Yeah. I mean, so you're like completely freelance now, right?
Yeah.
How's that feel? That's kind of cool, right? Like you're kind of your own man, your own boss a little bit.
Yeah, it's cool and it's scary. Like you're your own boss, but not really. Yeah. It's more like you have a new boss every time you go on a job. Yeah. And like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, so if you have like a 9 to 5, you know your coworkers, or you see them at least like daily or weekly, like you see the same people, and whether your relationship with them is not that great, or your friends or your buddies, or it's just like mutual, at least you know every day what you're getting yourself into. So when the side of freelance that's really nice is like when you have a crew that you work with consistently, or you have a network of friends that you work with consistently. But then the grittier side is like and probably the majority of the work is like you just don't know what you're getting yourself into, and it's exciting, but it's also anxiety inducing for sure. Yeah.
What was your like? Because you still work on like the Gymkhana stuff, right? So that's like,
yeah,
you get you're like a contractor or whatever, and they fly you out, and Will Ruggi's like, all right, get over there, get in the tree, Brandon.
That's pretty accurate, actually. Well, especially for this one, because the one we did this year, like that was Will's first time being the DP, and we always joked about, because there's another guy who DP'd, I think 10 and Gymkhana 1 and 2, or just 2, the one in China. We always called Will DP 2.0 because even that guy would ask Will the technical question, or we'd all go to Will and be like, hey, did Pierre tell you what we're supposed to do? And then he's like, yeah, you guys go over here. Okay, cool. And like,
dude, someone posted like in my work chat, like in the random channel, they posted Gymkhana, like the latest one. And I was like, oh yeah, my friends filmed that, and my other friend's a DP, and everyone's like, what? No. I was like, I mean, yeah, you can, no big deal.
MB dubs anyways.
Humble flex. I mean, I didn't need to say anything. I probably shouldn't have even said anything, but it was like, there was like a bunch of people like talking in the chat, and I was like, might as well
I've known that kid since he was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah,
That's hilarious.
I've shot clips that were in some of their videos, not Gymkhana. I don't think they'll call me for that, but they'll they'll toss
Who
me
knows?
they'll toss me camera 7 if it's a drift event.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, it's there's a little bit of I wouldn't say an overhaul, but like times are changing. So who knows what's going to happen. But,
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, Will just got his first kind of chance to DP a Gymkhana, and I think it went really well. And I think,
dude, it's so good.
Yeah, I think
you guys did such a good job. And I like.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be real. Like I haven't thought one of them was cool since like the San Francisco one.
Yeah. Well, that's the like the hallmark. Like that's everything gets measured against that
San
one.
Francisco one was like the coolest one. And then like I kind of like I'll like watch them, but everything kind of, I don't know. I felt like there was like a lot of like just like a lot. They like added a bunch of like gimmicky shit in between. You know what I mean? They're like, let's do donuts around a lowrider, and you're like, you know what I mean, or whatever. Sorry, I hope that wasn't anyone's idea. That's gonna watch this.
I don't.
But like, it's like, oh, we're in LA. Yeah. Like, what do they have there? I don't know. Lowriders. All right, cool. Call one. Like, I don't know. It just felt kind of like they're like, get the guy in the Segway or whatever. Like the San Francisco one was just like doing wild shit in the streets, and like that's what made it cool. And then like this one, there was kind of like less of that, but you could tell Subaru paid money to get that BRZ in there doing donuts and shit. Like, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? But there's like, I feel like there's just less like
staged things.
Yeah, that just felt like there was like 50 takes of the same thing. It felt more like, all right, he just fucking launched this car over a boat. That's tight. Like
I think that's like the goal too, is like the naturalness of it. Yeah. Like that's a huge. Oh, go ahead.
If you look at the ground, kids, you can see how many times they tried it.
Yeah. Well, that's the like forever struggle, or the conflict is like trying to say like, oh, we did everything first try, or just being honest about like these things take a couple takes. Like that's the eternal debate. And like ultimately, I kind of agree with what Hoonigan has landed on, and like with Kado's kind of opinion is like, you can't get the amount of coverage that makes the video sick in one take. And also from the driving side, even if the driver nails it on the first take, if they do something sicker later on, don't you just want to see the sicker thing? Like, does it even matter? With that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, why stop here? Who knows what could happen?
Exactly. And like the people that, I don't think I'm worried about like.
Also, let's be real,
too much, but like,
I think Pastrana's a better driver too. I think it shows pretty heavily. In that
really? Video. You think so?
It's just one man's.
Clip this and send it to Will and see what he says.
This is one man's bad opinion,
Yeah, I think
Well, because we're always like, anytime you tell anyone that you drift, you're always being compared to Gymkhana.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, have you seen that one video of that guy drifting around San Francisco? You're like,
that's not drifting.
It's all-wheel drive.
Yeah. No, Yep. You just have to swallow. Like that's.
I always go, yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? I'm like, it's a little different than that, but it's a similar concept.
That's what
I was like, yeah, we don't shut down the Bay Bridge to go. We just do it at racetracks, and they're like, oh.
People always like, dude, that's a sick Miata, and I'm like, thanks, dude. Like, hell yeah.
To your S2000?
Yeah, all the time. But like, because people, but you can't be like, dude, that's not a Miata. Like, fuck you. Like that's not the vibe. It's like, hell yeah, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it, because they mean well. The people that think that all-wheel drive cars are drifting, they mean well.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, at least they're acknowledging like, oh, I kind of know something about it. You're like, you have to like embrace it.
Yeah.
And like the times, sometimes you'll be, you haven't eaten lunch yet, and it's like at work, and you're like you're a little stressed out, and like you're a little cranky, and you get like some customer that's like sees your fucking desktop background. I'm not explaining something that happened to me. I
Okay.
promise.
Right. Sure.
And like you're like, you know, on some construction site and there's a TV and you have like your backgrounds on it and it's your car and they're like, "Oh, you're into drifting?" And you're like, "Oh yeah." And they're like, "You seen Ken Block?" You know, and I'm just like, every once in a while you just got to be like, "Look, man, it's not fucking drifting, okay?" Like, anyway, it's embarrassing.
It's you gotta like. It depends on the person, because like if they mean well and you're like, this person might actually be interested, like over time slowly groom them to understand the difference. You know, because if you just shut down every kid that's like, "Oh dude, Ken Block's sick drifter," you can't just be like, "No, fuck you, that's not drifting," because then they'll be like, "Okay, well fuck that guy," and then you don't have any friends anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like
that random dude I don't think will ever get into drifting now that
you shut him down.
I went all elitist drifter on him.
On the inverse side though, maybe you did him a favor, save him a couple bucks, because like everyone can agree that getting into cars in general is a poor financial path to ruin.
my favorite one that I got into recently was I was getting like tires shipped to me, right? Because you know we do that sometimes. And the guy is like unloading, like it was like 3 pairs of tires, so 6 tires total. He's like, we need 6 tires for like and I was like, "Oh, like, you know, it's for drifting." And he was like, you know, it was like the UPS driver and he's just like, "Oh, well, I got a charger, like are these good for like donuts?" And I was like, "Actually, these are great tires for donuts. Honestly, they'll last you super long time." Like, you know, and I was like really hyping him. He's like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna get some of these for my like it could have went either way. And I felt like I was like, all right, I'm gonna be, you know, I was like, you don't want to be like, "No man, these aren't for donuts." Like, but that's like what they could be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as you're not hitting anybody, then you're good to go.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, I'm not gonna like get in the, you know, I'm not gonna be like,
shows or like,
"Sir, you really shouldn't." Like, I'm the one getting 6 tires delivered. Like, who the fuck am I to tell this dude? I'm like, "Well, save it for the racetrack, sir."
Straight infomercial.
I don't want you hitting any of them get back or get smacked. I don't want you to see you in any of the get back or get smacked videos.
Is that an Instagram?
I think it is. Get back or get smacked. It's literally all just people getting hit by cars at sideshows, or it's a hashtag.
Get smacked.
I'm gonna just hire you on all my podcasts, and you can like look stuff up for me, and then we'll like put it on the screen. We'll get like OBS running, and you can like, you know, it'd be sweet.
Oh yeah, it's an Instagram. Get back or get smacked. 17 posts. There's like sensitivity warnings on them.
All of them?
Not all of them, just some of them. Some people. Oh, yeah.
We're doing reaction videos now.
Yeah, everything is a reaction video. That's my. I have some theories in life. Like one of them is like, this one is caught on. Like I'm not trying to take credit, but like one thing that's caught on recently is like all foods are a soup, salad, or sandwich. I'm sure you've heard that theory recently. People have been throwing that one around.
I did have a discussion with my friend on what delineates a sandwich.
Yeah.
And it got pretty deep.
Yeah, and people might get upset. Like you can offend people by saying that a burrito is a sandwich. But anyways, so another
it all depends on perception, man. Whatever you see.
It is. But another, like along that line of like theories, all video is reaction video. Every video is a reaction video. Like I'm talking to you, you're reacting to what I'm saying.
Whoa, it's so crazy, man.
Yeah. So like obviously like something a reaction video is like, oh, you're watching the person react to something. But like if you really think about it, pretty much everything is a reaction to something. Like I don't know. Just think about it. Are you at least with people in it? Anything with a person.
I mean, some could say that everything in the universe is a reaction to the Big Bang. I know we're getting
You need like a
fucking
button.
balls.
Like, don't podcast dudes usually have like a button, like a, or like a, oh, like a ham or something.
Are you
Rap
saying
air
I need a
horn.
soundboard?
Yeah, you need a
Oh,
soundboard.
don't tempt me. Don't tempt me with
Oh,
a good
okay,
time.
okay. Dude. Yeah, that'd be clutch. That'd be next level.
Like a radio DJ soundboard. Just like
Yeah. DJ Khaled. What's that on? Yeah.
We're the goodest.
You should have a soundboard, but it's all
Ooh.
different motor sounds. So there's like the shitty one is like the VQ. So you play that when someone makes like a bad joke, it just sounds like fucking garbage. And then have like a 1J and the SR and a K swap and like what else do people run? I don't know. Don't put any BMW motors on there because you already have the VQ for the shitty sounding motor, so you don't need two of those.
Hot take. Hot take. They only sound bad if you run them straight pipe. It's kind of like I don't know, if you run like a straight pipe LS or pretty much like anything NA straight pipes.
Yeah, I agree that pretty much everything
terrible.
Straight pipe sounds bad. Yeah. Or NA straight pipe, I should say. Yeah.
If it doesn't have a turbo, don't straight pipe it.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
Also, yeah, you got to have that fancy, expensive ricer exhaust and more for looks than anything. But like, if you're going to have that, then it's not straight pipe. So win-win, don't straight pipe it.
Yeah. How else are you going to get better lap times if your whole exhaust isn't titanium?
Exactly. Yeah. If your exhaust doesn't weigh less than, I don't know. I was going to try to come up with something, but then I was going to get really gross with it. So I opted not to.
Let's get gross, dude.
Have you do you watch All Gas No Brakes?
Yeah.
On YouTube? It's the guy that just interviews people.
I've only seen the one where he goes to the UFO one where they're all gonna
There's
Area
one
51.
Look up the Sturgis one. He goes to like a Sturgis motorcycle rally.
Dude, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's just the guy that goes like, ay. That guy is a national treasure. That clip is like the best clip of, I think it came out in 2020. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the best clip of 2020. Like, also, like, if you talk to anybody who's seen that clip, they will have adapted that into their like speech patterns somehow, like just even subtly, like
him going there made me want to be at the like Area
at
51
the UFO
raid with
the Area 51.
Oh my man,
missed opportunity.
I would agree.
Yeah. That YouTube series.
Oh, speaking of aliens, whatever happened to Alien Surf Girl Problems? Are you still repping? I found a sticker.
Really. Yeah, I think I have some stickers in my shoebox, like my drift sticker shoebox.
Yeah,
but like, I don't know. I
are you embarrassed of your early? Are you embarrassed of your early on creations?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay, we all
but
are.
Like, also don't want to get sued by Nickelodeon because it's like based off their show, and I think that was their slogan. That I was like, I'm gonna steal that. There was a show called Alien Surf Girls, and like how that came to be is like one night, I left the TV on. It was on Nickelodeon, and like they play like New Zealand or like teen shows like when it's like 2 a.m. for some reason. Like one of them was Alien Surf Girls, and like the advertisement for it was just like the entire screen was like hashtag Alien Surf Girl Problems, and it was just like flashing red and white, like strobing really bright, and it woke me up. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was so mad about it. I was like, I'm gonna hijack this and make it about cars.
I like that.
Yeah. I think wait, hold on one sec.
I love the like weird shit that people hold on to. Like this is not the story that I would have expected.
Okay, yeah, I got some gems in here.
My drift sticker shoebox is a Huff shoebox. R.I.P. Huff.
Lakai or die.
R.I.P. Keith.
Oh wait, oops, that's my tax stuff. Okay, hold on. I have my tax box. I also have a Lakai box full of my tax stuff. But like, I got my Style Bangers banners from Next Level still.
Oh, nice.
You get one of these.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna
someday my car will be cool enough to put it on there, but
I'm gonna wrap it around my body like a sash. Just walk around. Hello.
Show it to that guy at work that was like, Ken Block's drifting. You're like, this is drifty, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Me with a Style Bangers
yeah,
sash. Like, no, he wasn't a coworker. He was just like a dude on a construction site.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why I just let him have it. I was having a rough day and I was like, you know what, dude? Not today. Oh, there you go. I have some of those in my box too.
Hell yeah.
I was one of those shitty mechanics that just went and helped swap a fuel pump relay.
Nice.
And then like hung out the entire time.
That matters too, though. Wait, I have them. Okay, here's life blasters.
Dang. For those of you who don't know. Oh, dude, you have like a Life Blasters windshield banner.
There's two of them.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dang, you got like, okay.
I got shit in here. I think these are pretty common, like techno toy tuning stuff. You can still get those with their.
One of my coworkers like knows the techno toy, the T3 guys. Like he like grew up with them, I guess.
Gave him those dudes.
He's like, oh, do you know T3? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I like know all those guys. I'm like, sick.
There's this dude in London that makes these, or in the UK that makes these sick stickers. So I have a bunch of these, just like eating stuff. I love that shit. But that's not like old drift or anything.
Stickers or the action of anyway, whatever. We're not
both, dude.
All right.
No, it's fine. Oh man, I'm bummed. I could have sworn I had Alien Surf Girl problem stuff still. I guess not. Damn. I have old animal styles. This that never happened. Do you remember that? The final boss thing?
Yeah.
And that, like, it was with something happened and they had like gotten.
They were supposed to go to that, right?
Well, I thought that event never happened because like there was something weird with the dude. Someone. I don't know. Like,
you know more than I do.
I don't know either.
See,
that was old.
At that time, I was just a scrub.
Scrub life.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh yeah, bam! Alien Surf Girl problem. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Oh wow. So that's basic.
That's like when I go through my sticker box and I'll find like a low budget crew sticker. I'm like, cringe. But then I like think back on fond memories of the times.
Oh yeah. That was like, what was that guy's name? Not Derek.
Galen.
Yeah.
I was like,
I haven't seen that.
Me and Galen and like Eric Mack and this dude Tristan.
That's like when I first met you. Was like that time, I think, or maybe the tail end of that. Because I remember, like, I think I met you and Eric at the same time at like Winter Jam, or maybe it wasn't Winter Jam, but like, was it Wednesday Night Drift or something like that?
Had to be.
Yeah. What else is in here? I have a bunch of animal style stuff that's in here, but
dang, like vintage. Those will be worth nothing someday, including today.
Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. Oh. Some of Ryoko stickers. The splash.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shout out Yota.
Yeah, that's the homie.
Yeah, he just messaged me today and said that he was gonna make eggs Benny for me because we talked about that on the last one, or me and
was he? Oh, you had him on here,
Brayden. No, I was like, hey man, you want to do it? He's like, it's like in broken English. My English is broken, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Fair point.
I was like, you'll get better soon. We'll do it.
You'll get better soon.
He's good. He's just, I don't know.
It's just talking about drifting, so it's all.
I think I'm kind of hard to understand. Like, we had foreign exchange students like live at my, like, pretty much help my mom pay rent for like 10 years or something, we had foreign exchange students live with us.
Sick.
And like all the time they would be like, I don't know what he's saying. Like any like because I have like I use a lot of slang, and I think I like I don't know, I have like a accent.
Your Bay Area like hyphy boy.
Yeah, Bay with it. What's up?
Yeah. I try to tell people like, or not tell people, but like, oh yeah, like I grew up around the Bay, like I kind of was aware of the hyphy movement, and they're like, what's the hyphy movement? Like friends from like the Midwest or like San Diego. I'm like, what do you mean? What's the hyphy movement?
You just, here's how you get anyone to know what you're talking about.
Okay. Wait.
Because everyone's listened to Drake, even if they like him or don't like him. There's no choice. Like you have, like there's been
like,
a point where you've heard
it's inescapable.
There's that one song where he says like, I do it for the Bay, rest in peace Mac Dre, or rest in peace Mac Dre, I do it for the Bay or something.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, no. Actually, I need to be careful. I need to be careful because I looked up on Spotify like who like Spotify shows me all the like stats or whatever for the podcast, and it's like it showed the number one people that like people who listen to this podcast listen to, and the number one was Drake, so I got to be careful. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
I guess
your crowd.
I guess I'm similar to Drake. That's all which I don't feel good about at all.
This is where you need like a switchboard, but with like memes, so you can get the Drake one that's like, you know, but then put your face on.
I was actually just talking to my boss. We're like doing this thing where you can like get like essentially like a key, like a controller, like a mixing console like controller, and you can like cue things in OBS, so I could like put stuff on my screen.
Yes, which like because with like the switchboard or whatever, Morgan Tinney runs that on the Grid Life live stream where he'll like bring the thing in.
Runs the TriCaster.
Yeah.
Go camera two.
It's more like camera 2's angle looks like shit. Let's go to camera 3. It's slightly better. And then you're like, hell yeah, he's not wrong. all the live stream cameras are like potatoes basically compared to like the cinema stuff we usually shoot with. Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's all like 720p anyway, or like 1080
exactly.
if you're lucky.
Exactly. So I mean, that's kind of the point. Is like
you just have to get the glass.
All that.
You just have to get good glass and hope it's not choppy.
Yeah, I agree 100%. But like, okay, so there's with like drifting live streaming, the budget is like 10% of like
anything else.
Yeah, and unlike consumer photography or video, there isn't a good kind of like spectrum of quality glass for micro four thirds and so on. And like, especially for broadcast, a mix of stuff. But I think there's like an older Canon servo lens and some plastic stuff. Like it's a hodgepodge, but like body wise, it's all Blackmagic. Either they have like these studio cameras that kind of look like iPads with a micro four thirds lens mount on front.
Yeah. And like Blackmagic's like kind of entry level, honestly, like in the broadcast world.
For broadcast, I'm sure, but for
it goes up, baby. Trust me.
Yeah. I can imagine. I mean
Anyway.
Who
cares?
But
like I'm buying it.
Yeah. Literally like the smallest niche in the world is drift broadcast lens and video stuff. Like no one is like doing
I think maybe
grassroots.
I think maybe 8 people in the world are gonna like be like, interesting.
Yeah. the 8 people are gonna be like, these idiots. And like one spool of fiber cost 5 times as much as the camera that they're shooting on. What's even the point?
And 8 people out of the whole world, and then there's only like 8 people in the world that listen to this, so no one's gonna hear it. But it's okay.
There's zero overlap. Yeah,
it's okay.
It's supposed to be about drifting, not Blackmagic iPad camera.
It could be about whatever, man. I don't like. I did one with Ilya, and we literally like talked about like Neuralink for like 2 hours, pretty much.
Whoa, that's savage.
I don't know. I mean, it's not like, it doesn't have to be about drifting. I think that a lot of the people that I met through drifting are really interesting. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I didn't call it like
that makes sense.
fucking big dick drift cast or like big cast of D, or you know what I mean? Like D cast. I did come up with a lot of really fucking bad names before I came up with the Goodest cast. And the Goodest cast isn't even that good of a name, so
it's a pretty good name, I think.
It's like one of those things where I like have to do it a lot for people to be like, oh, okay, it's that, you know? Like when you first hear it, you're like, what?
But I think that's like, if the impression isn't like, wow, what a stupid name, then it's never like that's a sick name until you do it a bunch and make it sick, you know?
Yeah,
and then they're like, oh
what does final bout mean? Or like
and they're like animal style, what? like in and out.
Yeah, it's like I was just talking about. So Michael Bigland's like D Magic was like, dude, I don't even like do combined food orders with my coworkers anymore because I don't want to have to explain like D Magic because that's what my email address is. And I was like, oh, is it like telling your coworkers that that you do drifting? And they're like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then they're like, somehow you bring up the name Animal Style and they're like, what? I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's okay though.
Life is a mystery.
Because no one's ever gonna Google it, and they don't care. No one cares.
Yeah, that's ultimately like anything that you're doing. People just don't care, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm learning that.
Yeah.
It's like it's a slow, painful lesson.
Well, I think it's empowering in a way. Like when I was working at Hoonigan, we would post the videos and you get the comments of like people talking shit. But then if you just remember, like, these are probably 12-year-old kids. Like, their opinion doesn't matter because they don't even know what they're saying or how it affects people. And then you realize if they don't care or whatever their opinion is, it's like, if you don't care about them, then it shouldn't affect you negatively. Like, you know.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying don't care about other people because 100%, like we've been talking about, is like it kind of the more selfless you are, I think the more fulfilled you'll be in life. But if people are talking shit or like people just aren't giving you attention, that's not, it shouldn't bother you, basically. And especially on the internet. On the internet, it's like they're all like almost everybody is a 12-year-old or younger. I
guess what you're saying is haters make you rich.
Yeah, hate us because they ain't us.
No, that's really sound advice.
Yeah,
I think Will Rogie on the one that I did with him was like explaining how like Andy Sapp's the type of dude who will never kind of like talk about what he's doing, kind of like we were talking about with like Julian and Marcos.
Yeah,
I'm still working on that one a bit, you know what I mean? But it was like the way that he said it, he put it into like really good like words. He used words good. And then I was like
he used the goodest words.
Yeah, he used the goodest words to say it.
Man, you should try to get Andy on here because that dude would be a sick guest. Like, okay,
I would like to do that.
Yeah, because his drifting goes way back, and especially like he's East Coast too, so like that's kind of more the birthplace of the other side of grassroots.
He has a little influence on what I'm doing with my car, because I saw on the Keep Drifting Fun video that E46, and I was like, oh, you can drift those, and I'm like, interesting, and like that kind of like set some wheels in motion.
See,
you know, he told me he liked my car when I finished it. So
Andy too, like we're saying, like an extension of that whole, like they're so like prolific that they don't even have to like try to impress or like say anything. That guy is like the sickest photographer and like has probably the most depth of knowledge of physical film than anyone I know, and especially like retro cameras. Doesn't have an Instagram.
used to.
Has the sickest shit.
He used to.
Sickest photos. Yeah, he used to, but not anymore.
He got
And
rid
he
of
doesn't.
it, right?
Yeah. And
I was wondering what happened because I was like, I followed him and then it just wasn't.
yeah, because I mean but like one, it kind of speaks to that whole idea of like you don't have to just be flexing all the time, or like transcends that level of like the common flex or whatever you want to call it. But like yeah, because he was shooting on Gymkhana and like all his stuff is like the sickest BTS, and he sent us all links because we're like kind of in that circle a little bit, and like I posted some of his stuff, but it's like he has the fucking eye. He's a fucking dude, and he's got some sick stories for sure. And like played a huge role in drifting in Atlanta and the East Coast.
For sure.
And like, yeah. And the fact that he's not on Instagram is like, really
that's a flex
respect
in itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm cool because I left Instagram or Facebook, but then I go on Instagram like 1,000 times a day.
I think I'd get rid of Instagram before I get rid of Facebook. But just because the marketplace on Facebook.
That's what everyone says, man. Everyone says that's how they get you.
Yeah.
They figure out the one thing that keeps people, and then they just like fund those things. Mm-hmm. Like if it's like this, it's the marketplaces, or if it's the groups, like fund the group. You know what I mean? Like what is it that keeps people engaged? They're like fucking make it better, you know?
Yeah. Those fuckers.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's another thing about the vlogging life. Okay, so say you make a YouTube video and it gets 100,000 views and you make $50 or $60 or whatever.
Yeah.
YouTube is making way more money than that and doing at the time, the amount of work that you're putting in for the amount of money that they're making versus the amount of money that you're making. That's just, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
anyways,
I have a plan. All right.
Okay, let's hear it.
Talk to Joe.
Which Joe?
Talk to Justin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Tell him to finish the DVD.
The 2011 DVD, yeah.
Put it out. Profit. YouTube doesn't get any of it. Yeah.
I endorse that plan 100%.
I actually like really want to see what they had. You know, like I feel like there's like some gold in there that like will never see the light of day.
They should make a release of it where it's like it doesn't even have to be cut up.
They should just do like a homie release and like send it to like friends, and then people will put it on the internet, of course, because
just get rid of like the shots that are literally nothing, like when you accidentally hit record, or like the 20 seconds while you're waiting for the car to come and it's just nothing. Just cut that, but don't worry about structuring the whole thing, and then just send it to the homies, and then we can, that'd be sick. Get him on here, dude. Joe is like transcending also. Like Joe is,
yeah. What's he up to? Do you talk to him often?
I talked to him in March because of Corona. Basically, we like had plans to do more stuff, but it hadn't happened. But like he's probably the healthiest person I know, mentally, spiritually, and physically, and like, oh man,
even more so than before. I feel like he's always kind of been on that path.
Yeah, absolutely, more so than before. I think like he's like really active in his tribe and has like kind of a place down here on his tribal land in Southern California in San Bernardino.
Oh, that's cool.
And he went back to school. I don't want to misquote, but it was for geopolitical law, I believe, or something in geopolitics. And so he's in tribal law, and he's just fucking, so he's like has a sense of duty, or like some kind of like, I don't know how to put this, like just a purpose, you know. And
he's fucking like cool, man.
And it's not, his purpose isn't just making sick ass drift cars. It's like actually positive change for like
his
like
lineage.
Basically the world. Well, even beyond that, like yes, his tribe, but also the environment, you know, also policy, like global or not global, national policy. So like it's pretty crazy. And he still shreds. Like he still has his S13. I think he recently did an event. I was talking to Shreve about it. where some of the villains guys like help him out with that a lot. And
That's
like,
cool.
yeah, it's sick for sure. And then Shreve has a house now, which is crazy. And then he's had it for a little while, and he has a Civic now. So
it's like red, right? I think I saw that.
Yeah. And then
These Honda boys
because I
are
shot
taking
with
over.
him a bunch. Yeah, Hondas are coming through, dude. Okay, honestly, I hate Hondas.
Whoa.
They're sick, but everything costs so much money. Like all the parts are like 3 to 4 times at least more
I think
expensive.
this podcast truly shows that you don't care if people hate you based on some of the.
That's fine. Yeah,
that's great. I love it.
Honda's super fun to drive, really cheap to own, but if you want to modify it with like half decent parts and not just like,
or if you're 6'5".
Yeah. Well,
fuck Hondas.
I'm 6 feet and I barely fit in the S2000. I have like the biggest seat and the lowest rails. I'm like still like you can't be bigger than me and be an S2000,
no,
which is really unfortunate. But like even for Civics, like Mugen stuff, Spoon stuff, ASM stuff, like everything is so expensive. A replica Voltex front bumper is $800 for a replica bumper. Well, I feel like you could get authentic D-Max like full kit for like $1,200.
Probably.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No, is it more now?
They don't. There's just you can't buy them stateside anymore.
What?
Used to be yeah. D-Max like Southern California closed like a long time ago.
Well, I knew that like at one point they closed and there was like a mad dash and like get all the D-Max shit like in like 2014. But then I thought they came back for like a couple years and it was easy to get their stuff.
Nah.
No?
No D-Max. No D-Max for you.
Really? I could have sworn they came back. Oh well, I'm out of touch, I guess. But so Origin stuff. Still, like you could get an Origin kit for like, without the fenders, you could get an Origin kit for like $800, like bumpers and skirts. Yeah.
I don't know how much they cost because I don't drive one of those. I don't drive one of those fucking cars anymore. You know.
How much? Like how expensive are like E36 parts? Like, because I don't know any of the brands.
Range.
Right?
Range. It's like. It's the same thing with anything, man. Like you can get the
Amazon special
straight from eBay, like questionable name brand.
Yeah.
You can get the stuff from straight from the warehouse where they shot the animal style parking lot videos. Or
fucking DNA. Shout out to DNA Motoring.
Shout out Speed Daddy or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Damn. Really shout out to Matt Perkins though for hooking all that stuff up. That dude's the homie.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I'm just shouting stuff out. But
dude, keep it going.
He posts fire memes on Instagram. Griffin Auto Lab. He keeps it real. And anyways.
Griffin Meme Lab.
They're really sad though too, because I'm like, I hope you're doing okay, Matt. Sometimes they get real. They hit home for sure. But
posting those dark memes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But he's got a Corolla, so he's definitely living good life.
He can retire in like 5 years on that.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's where But anyways, cheap parts. I think maybe it's not that Hondas are expensive, but maybe it's just that like I respect cars more now than I did when I was younger. Where it's like I'd rather not buy a part.
It's because you have
to buy a cheap part.
It's because you've been working for a long time and now you got like a savings account, maybe, or
no.
You're like, I'm not putting this trash on my car. Well, also when you're like 16, you're like, it's not gonna break.
It's made out of metal.
Really fine.
Yeah.
And then you like
then
you like break stuff a lot and you're like, maybe don't get the fake one of that. Like don't get the cheap one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, the BMW stuff, you can get like there's a lot of really cheap parts out there, but then there's also some really expensive shit because it's there's
something that's like forged.
It was an expensive car at one point,
Yeah.
And the I'd say the difference is like huge, right? Like it's either like dirt cheap or it's really expensive, and there is no in between.
Interesting. Yeah.
Where like sense. Hondas, there's like low, medium, high. Like BMW, it's like low, high, take your pick.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Well, I feel like I just don't know that market at all, which is kind of weird to think about because it's still like there's
Look, dude, if you want to up those times, bro, you better get one before they get expensive.
They're already going up though. That's the problem. Well, and I probably would only want an M3 anyways.
Yeah, I got mine with the half cage for like $3,000, I think.
Yeah.
And now they're like 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was like right at the very valley of when they were getting cheap, and I like bought it then, and then whatever.
Damn, look at you making all the proper good decisions and
investor.
Yeah, stonks. I was looking at like Integras, and clean ones are like $20,000 now.
You're kidding.
For an Integra.
Well, like a DC5?
Yeah. Not even like super low mileage. But like there's one that literally just sold. I was looking on Instagram. It was like $18,000 or something. It was like this super clean. It was a DC2, a white DC2 with a JDM front clip. Man. Yeah, I was like, fuck. It was still like a B18 or whatever. I don't know that B series.
What's the forum? It's like Honda Talk or something. What is it?
I don't know. That's
I'm on. I can't remember, but my friend that I like used to hang out with a lot. We used to like party and shit. He was like actually super known on there. I can't remember what it is. It's like some Honda forum, but he painted a EG hatch like Hennessy color, like cause he's like a bodyman. Like he made some really fucking cool cars like that today would be worth an insane amount, and he still has like quite a few of them. He has like a really clean DC2.
Get that dude on. So, I want to see that shit. Actually hit me up or give me his number so I can get some sick bodywork done on my S2000. I bought a hardtop
shop like in the city here.
I bought a hardtop. I bought an OEM hardtop, right? And I drove out to Santa Maria, which is like 3.5 hours from where I live, like in the middle of nowhere, like coastal central California. And I like, it's kind of shameful for me because I've never spent like this much money on a single part in my life, but it was like $4,000. And I paid the dude and I'm like, well, are you just getting out of like S2000s? Or he's like, yeah, I'm actually going to use this money to buy an Integra. And I was like, fuck, I just bought a piece of sheet metal for the same price as you're going to buy an entire car. Fuck my life.
We have like an E36 vert, like 318. And I'm like, I was like, man, I want to get a hard top for it. And I looked around and I was like, nah, soft top's fine. Like, they used to be like $1,000 like secondhand.
Yeah,
they're like a lot. So
from what I hear, like Miata hard tops, same thing. Like those are a dime a dozen basically, because those are way more common. Like Miatas would make them for 20 years, more than 20 years, and in the States, like, but now there's still like OEM ones of those are going up too, and it's honestly just don't buy a convertible because they're heavier and soft tops suck and hard tops are expensive. So like it's a lose basically.
I mean, when you're topless cruising, you know, that's pretty cool. Even though it's like ours is automatic and the transmission's slipping, and it's
is that going to be your Lemons car?
No, it's actually pretty clean.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Damn. Yeah.
Hold on.
I feel like a convertible 318 sounds like the perfect candidate for a Lemons car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, honestly, it would be real fun to go race that.
Because the thing is, you don't want your car to be complete shit. Like you do want to finish. Like that's the goal, right? Yeah, the race.
Yeah. I mean the one, I guess, the touring cars used that motor, the M44. It's a 4-cylinder.
Okay.
But it's like
I don't know.
it's a dual cam 4-cylinder that makes like, and then they like ITB'd it and stuff. All those like touring cars that you saw from the 90s, when actually I don't know if you're alive yet, but that's fine.
I may not have been, depending on what E30 or E36 it was, but
you might have been alive, just not like able to perceive motor racing on TV.
Yeah, that would, yeah. But I think I was literally on the cusp of the E46, maybe, because that's the weird thing about BMWs is like the E36 was made until like 89 or 90, right? But it looks like a Corolla, which was like the 80s Toyota. You know what I mean? Like the styling is like way more vintage than what it actually is. Like an E30 was made at the same time as a S13.
Yeah.
Yeah, E36 is more comparable to like a S14.
Dude, Japanese cars like in the 80s and 90s were so futuristic and everything else. Like, dude, if you look, okay, so I was a car audio installer, and like we'd have to like, cars would roll in and we'd like write the, year, make, and model on everything. And like, dude, some of these American cars that would roll in, I was like, this is a 97? Like, dude, this car looks like it was built in like 1982. Like everything's like, weird, like, like it has like the pop in fucking hubcaps and shit. You're like,
oh yeah,
you're like, who the fuck? And like, like a
Ford Taurus or something.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? Like, how come all this shit looks so, Japanese cars look hella futuristic? I think it's because that's when they started like going hard on making cars and like trying to be like hella international.
It definitely retains to like it's kind of stupid how much the economy plays a role in like the quality of the cars of the different manufacturers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like and when you consider like if the recession never happened, we would have the sickest cars right now. Like so much sick shit ended because of like 2008, 2009 recession. Yeah. Like
they stopped making the V8 4Runner. And I got that last year, baby.
That's your flex.
I was like, I want the last year they made this bad boy. I want the youngest, thirstiest 4Runner they got.
8 miles per gallon 4Runner, baby. I don't know if it's that bad, but
youngest, thirstiest. That was a double entendre.
Is it? You can be young and thirsty. I feel like babies are hella thirsty.
Depends on what kind of thirsty we're talking about.
The titty milk. What do you mean? Babies like all milk is for babies, so they gotta drink that shit. So they're thirsty. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, you had me at titty milk, dude.
Yeah, titty milk. I don't even want. Oh man, milk. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, but like the S2000 died because of that. GTR. We got the fucking GTR. That's horrible. We could have got an actual 6-gallon. Did S15s also end in like the early 2000s? Like I know that wasn't in the States, but yeah. And RX-7s, the RX-8 was kind of like a dumpster fire for a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
sorry, Ilya.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't the Evos ended? That's when the 10 came out, and I was like,
yeah,
that's not. Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was really cool, but I still wanted.
I don't know.
I still wanted like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, like that style, that body change was like, I don't know.
Does your dad still have the
8
Evo?
Yeah.
Nice.
He had that. I don't know, like when's the last time it's been like checked out? Yeah. Well, we tracked like at the end of 2019. I got Ryan and my dad track day like at Black Tracks. You know, Jay. They do like their end of year test and tune. So like for Christmas, I got them entries, and we all drove together for like the first and only time.
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah. it was hella tight, except for the Evo is like kind of clapped out. Like it runs great mechanically, but like it's got blown coils and like bald tires, and so it's like kind of sketchy. But my dad's like rocking a 2018 Fiesta now, or like a ST.
Oh, sick.
And so they're like bombing in that thing. And like yeah, the plan was have Ryan bring it the Corolla and like grip it, and then the
Sick.
Evo, and then the S2000. But it mostly was just the Fiesta and the S2000. But like it was still hella fun. Yeah.
Did you guys like trade off driving?
Yeah. I didn't drive the ST because I didn't want to. But like they got to drive the S2000.
Like, I
that
have
was
an
super
S2000.
fun.
What do I want to drive that for?
Yeah. And like we drove together some, but like the Fiesta is just not as fast as the S2000. And Heather was out there, and like she has like a full like spoon as knockoff spoon, I think, or maybe it's real, but like her car is sick. Her S2000's
Yeah,
sick.
it's wild, huh?
Yeah. And then I was out there in my bone stock.
It came with some like show car ass wheels, and then she went and got some Volks and
She got the Z40s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are like the dream wheel. They're so, yeah, I love those. But yeah, it was super fun because I was like, I really had only done button willow before that day. So not only was it sick to like drive with my family, but also like drive with other S2000 people that I kind of knew that on a track that wasn't like the most competitive culty track in like probably the US or definitely SoCal.
Who put down the fastest time?
Between me and Heather?
No, between you.
Oh, Ryan, dude.
Oh, you beat?
No, I beat Heather.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I mean, this was 2 years ago.
I beat Heather when we went go-karting.
By like, you know. Like, I guarantee
fast.
she's gotten faster since then, though, for sure.
She's fast.
Yeah.
She's a good driver.
They were shaming, she wasn't, but some of the guys were shaming me for not having aero, and then like still was shredding. Like, anyways,
still got good time.
I was really like, proud about that.
I don't need your fucking downforce, okay?
Yeah, exactly. I got. Well, Ryan has balls, but I got stupids. I got stupids enough to go fast into turn one, and yeah.
Don't try and bring me down to your. Don't try and force me down to your level.
You got there. But yeah, nah, man.
I'll fix it in the editing.
2000. Yeah. Edit this, please. Make me not sound like an idiot, please. I'm so bad at doing stuff like this. I like got edited out of so many Hoonigan videos because I would say like. I would just say, I mean, now I censor myself a lot because of this, but I would just like talk mad shit the whole time. When you're just with your friends, you're like just talking shit, and then you're like, cool, okay, let's start this video. And I just keep talking shit like that. None of this is going to make it. I'm like, well, YOLO. I don't know.
Almost for the better, you know?
Yeah. I mean, everyone laughed, but it didn't go in the video, but I don't know. I kind of like that.
Live in the moment like Brandon Kado. That's it. That's the key to life.
But do it better than me though, because I'm like too much anxiety now.
Yeah. We'll be all right.
Cool.
Who won in the ST?
Ryan.
Was it like dramatic?
Yeah. Well, like a couple seconds.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. He like my dad has iRacing set up at the house, and Ryan will set a time. Like we just do like mostly all spec Miata and like whatever track. So like I specifically remember like a period of a couple months where I would like when I was in college, I would come home. Ryan would set a time, and then my dad and I would both try to match it. And then as soon as we got to it, he would come in. Like it would take us weeks. He would come in for like 3 laps, set a time that was like 2 seconds faster, and we'd be like, fuck! And we would just sit in there in my dad's office, just like lap, like for so much time. And it's just so demeaning, but like not not in a negative way, like in just
Yeah.
the most like familiar, like, gosh dang it, rootin' tootin', I'm slow kind of way of like, yes, finally pieced together like a 157 or whatever. I can't remember. It's just
Yeah.
whatever. And then he comes in and is like, oh, cool, you guys finally did it. All right, cool. Here, bam, 3 seconds faster. You're like, get the fuck out of here.
You're like, there's no way we're ever gonna beat this time.
Yeah, I think at one point that sounds like cool. I'm just gonna go back to school now. I'll see you guys in another 9 months. Pick a different track. Yeah.
Yeah, I played iRacing a bit and realized like I'm really bad at heel and toe. I'm really bad at like downshifting into corners.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I suck at this.
Okay, I think that it's way harder in a sim to do that kind of thing than in real life.
No, I'm bad at it in real life too. I figured out because I did karting, but I didn't do like shifter carts. I just did like KT 100, and then I did it for like 1 season. But there's no shifting there, and so like I never really did like race or time attack shifting. I just kind of went straight into drifting, and then I realized I did like one event where I was pretty fast, but I think I could have been a lot faster if I was good at shifting.
Yeah,
like
I think
into corners.
Just practice doing it like on a daily basis, like whenever you're driving around. Or is your daily manual?
No.
Okay, never mind then. But like that's probably the biggest thing, because I actually think time attack and drift setups are really similar. It's just like small
front camera
alignment adjustments. Front, and then like braking is the biggest difference. Like brake feel, like, and caring about brake bias too. But like you just want to be able to dance on the pedal. Like if you're in a car that's really shittily set up, like my S2000, where the calipers are oversized and the pedal like is really soft because of that.
That's not good.
It's harder to heel toe because your foot is in just a shitty position. But if you like, and maybe it's better, like maybe people prefer that in some situations, or like depending on the driver. But like what I've kind of learned and like really had to pay attention to is like the stiff pedal, because that, and like instead of like modulating like soft, like long braking where you can like control it more.
Slide onto it.
Yeah, you just want to be able to like, or like at least the fast people in momentum style driver like S2000s, Miatas, or whatever low horsepower cars, you just want to be like 0 to 100% braking with like minimal force, so you can like dance on it like that. And I think that once you get that set up, then you'll probably be a fucking foot wizard doing all kinds of kinky shit on the pedals.
1, hate feet. 2, my M3 has manual brakes, so it does have a stiff pedal.
There you go. But it's stiff, but it doesn't do much braking, right?
It's pretty decent. I don't know.
Okay,
I need to do the front pads and rotors. I haven't done them since I got the car 5 years ago. So
yeah.
The rears.
Why didn't you just do them at the same time?
We're all in a budget here, you know.
Okay, fair. Why did you just do the rears and not the fronts? Just do the front.
Because the rears were starting to split from my e-brake drum.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I like tightened it too much, and so I was like literally like pulling the.
It was just always
apart.
Oh geez.
But that baby locked, you know. But yeah, it started to crack, so I had to replace them.
Damn.
My e-brake hasn't worked in like pretty much all year.
Yeah, the e-brake in my S2000 has never worked, but I still try sometimes. Doesn't, anyways. Don't. All the crashing I did was not because of somehow. Good times.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, me either. I feel like that's the moral of the story. Do a podcast for 2 hours and 45 minutes. But really, I don't know, man. Just, right?
I feel like there was a lot of wisdom in here. I feel like we're passing it like, you know, all like 16 people that'll watch this.
I think the most of wisdom was just talking about how smart other people are. uh,
I
good
mean,
times.
we had some laughs, you
Yeah,
know. We had some
lots
profound moments that we stole from other people.
yeah, spoofs and goofs, and yeah, go watch their videos.
What a humble young lad you've grown up to be. Humble man.
Only because I have you guys to model myself, like just following and you can't. Neither of us can deny that hanging out with you and Animal Style and like the drift media guys at Formula Drift, like you've all have some responsibility for what I've become / who I've become, for better or for worse.
Don't you dare blame. No, man, I think everyone's super proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm doing my best to represent for the homies.
Yeah, dude. We're all proud of you. I think you've well, you were always cool even when you were like a little kid, so it's not like,
if you say so.
Yeah. I mean, my little brother, like he's 25, so he's gonna be 26 in September. So he's like kind of close. I don't know when your birthday is.
Yeah, it's cool. But I met him at Final Bout, right? Or
what
was that? That was Final Bout.
I was like trying to get him to like. I was like, I like went up to Hurt and I was like, dude, I'm hella nervous. My brother is here. Like, he hasn't seen me drift. He's like, why are you nervous? What the fuck? I was like, I don't know. You don't get it, man. Like, he's the cool one, you know? It was sick, man. It was oh yeah, I like went up to you because I was like super hyped because I went and like took him out and let him like drive my car and stuff. Cause like he's not into cars. Like,
yeah. Wait, you let him drive your car on Horse Thief?
No, we went to balcony. I let him rip some donuts. He'd never driven manual before. I was like, all right, well, only one way. I was gonna say,
if you let him drive for the first time, especially manual first time on Horse Thief, like that's probably the craziest track to drift, or the least forgiving track.
Yeah, I drove California so awful at that event.
Yeah, but the pictures look pretty good though.
Yeah, there's like that one clip of like the big train of cars, and I was like, all right, I didn't fuck up once. But yeah, it was cool. It was like,
I didn't see any videos from that. I know Final Bout did one because
it was mainly pictures and then like the live stream, and then someone's like, oh, I saw you fuck up on the live stream. Like,
yeah. Damn, someone called you out like that? That's shady.
Lots of people.
Oh shit.
Like, well, dude, it was like super embarrassing. Like I was like I like came down the hill and then like understeered, and then I just understeered until the car, like I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then the back end went around because like the front gripped up as we were going up the hill, and it was like all of my rear bumper ripped off, and then I ran over my front bumper. It was like, dude, there was like and then they like, you know, they were like actually doing like someone was like actually mixing a show, so they just like went back to an instant replay of it in slow motion. Like,
that's fucked up. That's hilarious.
And the worst part is they like cut out the part where I like kicked my front bumper out from underneath the car and like drove off. Because I was like, oh well, I'm on camera, might as well like, you know,
act like you don't care.
Look like I don't care, even though I didn't care.
Yeah.
But I was having some issues. I just got my car tuned. I like did all this crazy stuff to try and.
You don't have to make excuses. I feel like it's not a drift event if you don't explode all of your body kit and run over your front bumper. Like, especially when it's like fresh. Like Will did the same thing when he painted his S14 that like teal color.
You're not allowed to have a fresh drift car. Like, that's not acceptable because your car will decide that it's too fresh and eat itself somehow.
That's why I basically had to quit drifting, is because my OCD would not allow me to have a car not be fresh.
Like, it needs to. What is happening? No.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? One thing that I will argue is that it's a good thing for people who are like obsessive about stuff like that, because it like teaches you to be okay with it.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
I mean? Like,
daily driving in Los Angeles taught me that because I'm like, my car is fucked up now.
like,
It's like,
you know, being a perfectionist is tiring, you know.
yeah,
Like,
it is.
but it's not perfect. And then like you kind of get to a point. Same like I don't know. I used to be like very. It's not like my car looked nice. Like my S13 was kind of a pile of shit, but I was broke, you know. But at
It
the same
was.
time, like if it
I thought
wasn't,
it was sick. Anyways, but I see what you're saying.
thanks, man.
Yeah, your car was like the lowest car, like for a minute,
Yeah,
especially on an animal style. It was like it was
yeah,
lower than Julian's and Ryan's. They're like fuck, and you had those equips too.
mm-hmm.
Uh,
I bought
that
them
was
back.
some good shit.
I just bought back the
Yeah,
full set.
hell yeah,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
shit. Yeah,
I bought those in 2012 in like East San Jose from like a dude in a Suburban, and he's just like, I'm like, here's cash, thank you.
yeah. Man,
I sold them. Yeah, I
you
sold them
probably
when I
made a
parted out the
profit.
car to JR, and then I bought them back.
From him, he still had him.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, yo, you still got those Eclipse? He's like, yeah. And then I bought them back in like two separate pairs. I was like, just give me the full set, dude.
Yeah,
You get those other ones too. Fuck it.
Cause your car is iconic, and like the only car that has that vibe to me now
I think you're the only
is
person who thinks that, but I appreciate it.
okay. Of course, dude. No, but like Derek's car now has that same kind of vibe. Like with his, I mean, I know your car. Like, I know there's almost nothing the same about your car and Derek's car.
Derek? The one that he like custom built
the 326 kit.
326 kit.
Yeah. I know that there's visually nothing the same about it, but the vibe of that car and your car are the same vibe. That like
I appreciate
your
it.
car. Yeah, your car, like if there's like a family tree, yours is like the grandpa of that car, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I feel like if we had a
there's
time
some
machine,
through line of like
like
street style.
I feel like if we had a time machine, we could go back in time and you saw the car in person again, you'd be like, I remember this car differently.
Like when it was white, it was really sick. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I remember because I think I had some photos or videos or something of it. But your car was sick. Jason's car sounded the best. Like Jason
always,
because it's that same motor, it's the same car.
Yeah.
His car is basically invincible, especially compared to all the other animals.
I'm not gonna lie, when it was like when it had the big origin like livery that Michael did and it was like slammed.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I like the recent version too, like all the like wild fucking acid trip flowers and shit.
No, I agree with you though that version before that to me on almost everyone's cars was like peak.
Yeah.
The peak version. Yeah.
Yeah. That's because it was right before we raised them all. And it was your brother's fault we did.
I think it was Japan's fault. I don't know if it was Ryan's fault.
Ryan raised his car before Japan.
But I thought he raised it for Japan.
He did.
No. Yeah.
He did. Yeah. He was like, we get these B knuckles on. We're going to raise it because of the berms. And everyone's like, pfft.
But then we get there and then
Ryan's jumping all the berms and everyone's like, oh, don't hit him. Oh, don't hit him.
Weren't everyone like all the dudes were like going up to Jason and be like, your car is so low.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
I mean, it was like rim tucking 17s on the front. Like,
yeah. And everyone else was like just tucking like tread, like not even tucking sidewall really.
Yeah. If that.
Yeah. They're just like, how do you even drive?
Yeah. Ryan's like, no, you need suspension travel at this track. And everyone's like, lame.
Nerd.
And, he was right.
Yeah.
I wish that motor that he put in there worked.
Yeah.
Well, it was like so crushing. But I don't know. It was like, I had a good time with him on that trip.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was kind of like, it's like he kind of got to like live his
let
thing
loose
a little bit.
Yeah. I'm super happy that trip happened for basically everyone involved, but like, yeah, like especially
him.
Yeah, because
with the timing and everything, you know.
Yeah. Yep. That Corolla, I want him to drive that more. I want him to fix it.
Dude, I'll fucking
Dude,
I'll do whatever, man.
I pass the mantle on to you. Make it happen.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's not time yet. Like it will be time though.
Dude,
Yeah.
when he was shredding at whatever Super D event that was, it must have been 2 years ago or whatever, at Grange in the Corolla.
Yeah.
Were you at that one too?
Dude, I think that was more than. Was that 2 years ago? Yeah,
it was either 2017 or 2018, I think. I think it was 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we went to Japan in 2017. Yeah, so it was definitely after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that
that's
shit
the
was.
Last time I saw. That's like one of the last times I saw him drive.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I guess like he was gripping the Fiesta, but that's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he passing people up in that thing? Did you beat his time in the S2000?
Yep.
I beat
his Fiesta time in my S2000. But like that, I rode along in the S2000 while he was driving, and I was like, "This is way fucking faster than I could ever." Also, like
did he beat your time in the S2000?
Dude, he by like 8 seconds. It was aggressive.
Big time?
I was like, it would have hurt my pride if I wasn't so impressed. Like I was like the like a lot of the times, because he would like oversteer and like correct it like so quickly in a way that like was so controlled that like I'm way too shitty of a driver to do. Like when I oversteer, it takes me long. Like I need to like sustain the slide and then slowly bring it back in. But he would just like jerk it into place, and it would somehow like just work and start going traction again. And I was like, what the fuck? But anyways, yeah, he's fast. It's crazy.
You know,
it's fun. Yeah.
My brother's like really good at like design stuff. He's like one of the he's like an artiste, you know?
Oh, yeah.
He does cool stuff.
Make him design you some Goodest merch, for Goodest podcast merch.
He's too busy like doing shit for celebrities and stuff.
Oh fuck. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, like he's working on Billie Eilish's merch line now. So I don't think his brother's shitty podcast is gonna get fucking.
What's up, dude? That's crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah. He be meeting celebs and doing celeb stuff.
Yeah. People are too cool for us now. We're just kids, car kids.
What's really cool is like someone he knows from his like arty, like, you know, fashiony world was like sent him a picture or like posted a picture of Animal Style at Jackson County Sports Park for one of the bash events.
Okay, hell yeah.
But it was the event where like Julian, Ryan, and Jason all it was just Julian and Ryan showed up when their cars were like all red, but just like white stickers.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah. That was
I was like, what, 2014?
I think it was 14. I was gonna say 4. I don't think it was 15.
Anyway, dude, apparently one of my brother's friends like took that picture and he's like, oh, it was my brother's team. And he's like, what? Your brother's on Animals? Like, it's like kind of this like, like it's like slowly like my brother's starting to be like, oh shit, I guess that is kind of cool, you know? Like it's kind of exciting.
It's like the meme is like, wait, we've had whatever this whole time? Or wait, how's this like?
I was like, oh yeah, those cars in the Travis Scott video, like I know those guys. And he's like, yeah, oh, that's cool. You know, like not like real, like what? Like,
yeah,
okay, that's
like,
cool.
Chill, hell yeah. It's the one with the astronaut and it's like, wait, Animal Style's been cool, and it's like has been the whole time.
Like they don't make French fries, like they have been the whole time, but also.
Yeah. That's crazy. Dude, the Travis Scott video, when that happened, I was like, how did I not get to be a part of that? And like, it's literally like, oh, I know all those dudes, and god damn it.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a fun time for automotive culture.
I was like, man, Cressida's about to get expensive.
What there was another thing too. There was like a fashion show or something, and like Rodney had his car in it, and like Gary King had his R33 in it or something, and like all the people were taking pictures with it, like, and it's kind of funny because it's like all the fashion people are like, ooh, like a street sports car, I'm gonna take this like bougie selfie with it, but it like they're all rich and like don't like disconnected, and like and then like Rodney and like John Ruiz are there, and it's just like what a weird coincidence, or
Yeah,
like, what a weird
this like
happenstance.
weird mix of like people who like Fast and Furious and like high fashion people. Like I just like it, dude. I think it all started. Okay, so there was like, what's his name? You know, Blood Orange.
Yep.
He had a Corolla in one of his videos.
Really?
Like I think it was like 2 years ago or maybe more. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
he's got the like wings on, or I don't even know if it was the dude. It was just like there was somebody in one of the videos, and it was like some
I'm gonna try to
flamboyant
find that now.
dude
Oh yeah.
with like angel wings, and he's just like hanging out of a fucking hachi,
That's
like
sick.
in New York. And
what the fuck?
yeah, I think like that kind of set it off slowly, and then people were like, oh, like JDM cars, like tight, and then more and more people started like kind of doing stuff with them.
I feel like, I mean, it's that, and like even though it's not JDM, like Frank Ocean's like Channel Orange and like the mixtape and stuff with the E30 on it, like that opened up a lot of like.
Frank Ocean has been to Ebisu.
Yeah.
Like that album cover
like,
where he's wearing the helmet, that's at Ebisu. Like
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew that like some of the people that like shot those photos and stuff are like really good friends with Kado from Hoonigan, and like they have all of the, like Frank Ocean has all those like photo books and stuff, and he did like a magazine for a little while, and they have all that, and I was just going through that stuff, and it's like so sick. And like that dude is like really in tune with like car culture. Like he's not just like, he's not just like, oh, I like cars, buy this pre-built car for 60 grand and put it in my garage, but like all the like Odd Future dudes that are into cars are like actually into cars.
I think because of Frank.
You think so?
Has to be because of Frank Ocean. Yeah, because he was doing it first. He was like super into E30s, and then like
well, I think
he's the one with the taste, and then like Tyler made that fucking ugly ass orange E30 with like the pinstripes on it, and they like raffled it off, and I was like,
it's the weird thing is to
let Frank do the cars.
Yeah,
you know,
it's weird to be like talking about.
You're right though. Frank Ocean definitely had a big impact on that.
Yeah, it's weird to talk about like that. There is, or like, because it's almost feels like two distinct groups, like these like celebrity car people in a way, and like our friends and like people in drifting that we know. Yeah. But like it's kind of weird to consider how much overlap there is, or how much like cross influence there is in a way. And it's not just the celebrities influencing us, but like in a way, like, and I don't want to take credit, but like literally like Animal Style influencing people who are like celebrity in a way, or have some type of pull like that, you know.
I like to think that Frank Ocean has seen my car and he thinks it's cool. That's just me.
I feel like probably
like he's like a BMW guy. Like maybe he like has a secret account and follows BMW pages, or maybe he just doesn't, and who cares?
I think considering like Instagram exists, I would be willing to put like tons of money on Frank Ocean having seen your car. At least seen it. Like probably
this
thought
is like
about
one of those
liking
things.
it.
This is probably one of those things where you think about that and you're like, man, I wonder if he's seen my car and he thinks it's cool. And then like you like cut to like a scene like, this thing is fucking hideous. He's like scrolling through his phone. He's like, you guys seen this shit?
I think like I get that it's a joke, but you're also selling yourself short there a lot. Like I guarantee,
cool enough, but
I guarantee that if he saw it, he probably thought like, yeah, that thing's pretty sick.
I do have a very unique car.
Yeah.
But that is, you know, not everyone's going to think it's cool. Like BMW people don't think it's cool, and some like JDM people don't think it's cool, but like some people think it's cool, and I'm okay with that.
I think maybe at the beginning, like you had your critics, but I think at this point, like people would universally think that your car is cool. Like maybe like the diehard people that don't really have good taste, but more like they're about like restoring cars or preserving cars. Like maybe they'll be like, what the fuck is this? But like the general car enthusiast will think your car is fucking sick. And especially if they see it in person.
I still got shooters out here. Okay. I still got, thank you, Brandon.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you think that I build cool cars. That means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been complimentary of 2, and I couldn't be more.
Well, I haven't seen any of the other ones, so I don't know. I didn't even know you had a Land or a 4Runner. I haven't seen that shit.
It's stock. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like, I didn't like my monster stickers in the mail.
Dude, I got another person that builds sick cars, AJ, from Risky Devil AJ. Like,
yeah,
all his shit.
Gotta give him credit.
His Altezza too.
Yeah.
And freaking his Land Cruiser.
Haven't seen it.
He's in Arizona now, right? I think.
Yeah.
Somewhere, or is he in Portland now?
I just signed up for, I think it's one of his events. I don't really know. I just saw that there was an event like a weekend before a wedding that I'm going to in Arizona, so I'm gonna try and make it out there. I was like, well, I'm going to Arizona anyway. Might as well bring my car.
Just do the drifting. Don't go to the wedding.
Nah, I'm going to both.
Wedding's like super spreader. Come on, dude.
It's like an outdoor masky,
All right.
I mean, so is a drift event.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I feel like I haven't heard of anyone getting COVID. Like, as crazy as it seems, I haven't heard of anyone getting COVID from a drift event or a track event. Like, even to the extent where I have heard of someone having COVID at an event, and they told the organizers, and the organizers reached out to everyone, and no one else tested positive. Like,
Brandon, I think we found the cure. It's microparticles of rubber. You gotta breathe in lots of rubber microparticles, and you'll never get COVID. Not true.
Because the rubber will kill you first. I worry about that, or not worry about that, but I think about, like,
especially as media.
Yeah, we're fucked. Like, our lifespan is shorter than the average person for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
The amount of tire smoke that molten tire smoke.
Why do you think Jeff Pitts' voice is so deep?
Well, I think actually that you should refer to his OnlyFans for that one.
I didn't say, I said voice.
Yeah. You know what happens to your vocal cords after? I don't know. I don't want to dive into that. I love you, Jeff. You're the homie.
He's never gonna watch this, dude.
I mean, he's like,
he might.
He's married now.
I know.
I mean, not now. He's been married for a minute.
I saw him on New Year. I saw him at the event. He's very domesticated.
Yeah, he's the homie. I mean, obviously, but like, yeah,
it's crazy that he at Jason's wedding.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, he's like also like the head of event planning or whatever, scheduling at Thunderhill.
Yeah.
And like,
it's kind of cool.
Yeah. I still can't believe it. I mean, I can believe because it's been so long, but I still can't believe he's married. Like, I thought he was going to be like.
Why is that? Why is that, Brandon?
I picture him as like someone like really suave. Like, what's that guy's name? There's like some actor, like this Latin actor.
Rico Suave?
Like, no. He's in Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again with Cher.
I think it's just called Mamma Mia.
No, the second one is called Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. There's 2.
Oh, because that's clever. It's a play on words because of the ABBA song.
Yeah. Okay, wait, hold on. He's a well-known actor. I'm looking at Andy Garcia. I picture him like Andy Garcia, like in a all-white suit on a yacht in Florida with like a hat and like expensive like Gucci glasses or something. And then there's like just vibe. I don't know. That's just how I picture Jeff.
Dude, that is so far from what I would have ever used to describe him. I want to see the world through your eyes so bad. Can we trade perception for a day? Because that would be fun.
If only.
If only.
I don't know if I want to see it through your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding. My car would look way sicker.
No.
My car would be fucking sick.
I mean, hey, dude, if you want me to style your car up for you, I'd be happy to do it.
Yes.
Just don't hate me when it's hideous.
No, impossible. Could never hate you. You're a real one. You're a real one.
You know what? You're a real one as well. Did you just put those on?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I put them back on.
Have you had those on the whole? Okay, I was like,
no, I took them off at the beginning.
I was like, I feel like he's wasn't wearing glasses this whole time.
No, I took them off, but my eyes are starting to ache a little bit, so I was going to put them back on. But.
I mean, if your eyes hurt, I think we should probably end it.
Okay, that's fair. It's also been 3 hours, so.
That's about usually how long they go.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, cool. Hell yeah.
This is definitely not the longest one by any means.
That's good. I'm not known for lasting very long, so.
Well, I mean, when you're with me, baby, you can last 3 hours.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I need to buy more condoms because then it lasts longer, and then I can come inside and then not feel guilty about it.
Dude, what a sweetheart.
Kids, buy condoms so you can last longer. Then you get to have sex longer. I'm losing my mind right now. Anyways.
Also, if you finish early,
you can keep going.
You can keep going.
And they never know. Well, they might know. I don't know.
And you won't get herpes. Actually, I don't know if maybe you can still get herpes with a condom.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm not the person to ask about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are good.
Why, you never had an STD? Should we end it on that?